What's up, everybody? Here we are once again with BostonBlueBeat. We're here now with Guilty Gear Strive. I am the Doctor, being here, joined by Brad, musically Muse, and we're going to be bringing you all of this Guilty Gear Strive action. And I mean, what better place, right? It's Boston, it's Bluebeat, it's everybody we love to see.
Yeah, I mean, all of the above, right? And you must be tired coming off of the back-to-back, Doc running the double-header. Fenway's right there. I think there's probably a train. I don't know if I pointed the right direction.
Okay.
Let's not pretend like I'm supposed to know the first thing about sports other than that they exist. We are in close proximity to them, and the term doubleheader exists.
True. That's
and
a good
applies to this, having just done that DNF round robin.
Yeah, I mean, DNF, honestly, it's so much fun. Arxis, I was talking to Max out, and I was saying that, like, Arxis, in the year of 2022, has honestly killed it basically the whole way through. With both of their titles, in my opinion. So I've been having a ton of fun with it. DNF, ton of fun to commentate, ton of fun to play.
Yeah, I know you've been really loving that game.
Guilty Gear, obviously, is huge, right? Just coming off the back of its largest tournament ever, over 2,000 entrants there at EVO. And obviously, you know, we do have Bridget now in the game. I forgot to ask Spencer if she is legal in today's tournament.
I believe I saw them tweet out that that Bridget is legal.
That's good, because that character is wacky, in lack of a better term. She's super fun to play as. Personally, I don't like playing against her, but honestly, there's a lot of characters in this game where I'm like, man, I don't enjoy this. Namely, your stupid-ass character.
The only character to get 2 appearances in top 8 at EVO. Sato's a little OD.
Very nearly 3, too. Yep. So we do have our first matchup on screen here. It is going to be Echoes going up against Levity. So Echoes on the P1 side playing the Milia Rage, and Levity there on P2 playing Leo Whitefang.
Yeah, so if I'm not mistaken, we've seen Echoes a few times. I think, was Echoes the one who won the first 2.0 patch tournament off of that strengthened Milia?
No, it was Kazam.
Was it Kazam?
Yep.
Yes, I recognize based on the color now, because they have consistent colors that they like to use. Okay, getting the juggle.
Yep. And this is already just like an interesting matchup, right? Because you have Leo Whitefang, who loves being on the ground, loves just like catching people in every angle. But then Milia, who just loves to spend so much time in the air, doesn't really want to be on the ground pounding it out with you, and is just trying to mix your gourd in. But look at that. Round start already. We're going back and forth. Nice back throw. Or forward throw into the back turn.
Echoes does spend the burst. I was wondering whether we were going to see the burst. I like the bait getting rid of the uppercut option coming out of Levity. YRC into the back throw. We're not seeing any throw techs coming out of Echoes. Levity now with, I think that was 2 throws in that round.
Yep. I mean, Leo's really good at throwing. It does give you the back turn state as well. But, I mean, Milia's no joke, right? I would have liked to probably see the burst a little bit earlier so that you would be more likely to have it again in this round. As you can see, it is quite far away, even though, you know, Leo's is just about back. It is now back.
Going for a reset. I like going for throw, so one more touch will do it. Clips with the last second overhead. Just didn't block their dome piece there to Levity, and it's 1 round apiece, but Levity still has that burst. Like you pointed out, it's going to be a little bit longer before Echoes is able to get stuff started. Ending that ground string into Berserker Slash, smoked by the cross-up, clipped by the low this time.
And look at how long this combo goes on. Even though it's not 1-to-1, you're just keeping getting hit. You got to block. Watch the head. Oh, that air-to-air was almost deadly.
Are we going to get a punish? Oh, almost with the chase down, but Echoes falls down with a button. Momentum burst to try to keep the corner position, but actually gets smoked out for it.
Yeah, the walk under there, super smart. Gets the full combo going. TK Bad Moon into the red RC. Should be going through the wall here. Dust. That was almost late. There was a chance there, I feel, for Levity.
Yep, I think Levity has a very slight life lead here. Oh, gets the... Oh my god, structuring all of this to try to bait the burst. Gold burst comes out from Echoes, which gives them plenty of bar. You should be able to close this out right off the wall splat into overdrive. That will do it with the wall break, closing out the first game, and I love that gold burst. So much time spent from Levity, specifically trying to bait out the reversal or the burst, getting none of it, and then finally the gold burst comes out only when Levity overextends and corners themselves.
Yeah, I mean, that very easily could have gone another way if they'd held on to it even a little bit longer. But no, gold burst gave them just enough tension there to close out the round. Look at how much damage that air throw does.
Ooh.
All right, into the projectile, flash kick. None of that. None of that in here.
Momentum burst. Projectiles don't quite trade PRC forward, but Levity does not actually. Oh, just DPs through the Berserker, the Swiss cheese.
Oh, postures dangerously. Does get hit by the combo into the car. Oh, cross up comes through. Projectile, same side. Not a whole lot for White Fang to do in this point. They just need to keep blocking, and they simply are not.
Yeah, they're getting mixed. Those ankles are getting crossed.
And I mean, it's because he got the big heavy boots on, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can't, if you've ever worn boots like that, you know they provide so much support, you can't rotate in them.
Exactly.
It's like ski boots, really. If you can rotate in them, you're just going to hurt yourself.
Having done all of the above, very true. It hurts a lot, but now, look at this. Just 1, 2, 3, does block the overhead that time, but still getting thrown. And that's been a huge problem here for Echoes, and they're going to lose that round off of it.
Yeah, I like just let the round go. Don't bother trying to burst or anything. Now you go into this next round with the burst. You can momentum burst early. Oh, wow, just weathered the storm and found the opportunity to get started. Trying to press the issue. Oh, my God, Leo, I swear to God, ran in place.
Yeah.
For like a hot-ass second there.
I thought he was chipped for a minute there, just appearing on the other side, but gets the... Man, these air throws are so problematic for Echoes. Like, Levity is on top! Oh, and then just a heavy fireball on Wake Up. As St. Colo would say, meaty no vegan.
He would indeed say that.
Bro, I was watching him on Salt Mine earlier.
Him and Ringe?
Yeah, he was like Dr. Seuss. Literally everything he said, he had to rhyme it.
I'm sure that's the type of energy, because Ringe, I mean, you were in the arena on Sunday. You heard Ringe's house mic comms. I mean, the two of them, that's a pairing that's going to be spit.
Oh, very last hit of that DP coming through and working out here for Levity. And now they get all this corner pressure, back turn stance. They actually give it up. They wanted to do something else. But now they're only on the back end of some damage.
Oh no, overextends. Has to spend the bursts to keep themselves from eating a bunch of damage off the fireball.
Watch the 6P, but...
Watch this. -2. Flash kick.
Yeah. Did go for the slash version, though, not the heavy. So it was less unsafe, I guess. You'll still die for it, but just less so. But sets up the projectiles. Stay same side. They've been getting hit by that a lot. Levity is always expecting the side mix.
Wow, that flash kick just rocked, and it ended up clipping out Echoes for trying to set some stuff.
Oh!
Finding the anti-air as Echoes goes for a backdash. That killed!
That does a grip of damage. That is one of the more damaging overdrives, I feel. I feel like that always kills. But it is Guilty Gear, so we are going to get 3 out of 5 here. Currently, it is 2-1 in favor of Levity. And so, again, just flash kick. It honestly does not have an answer yet from Echoes, so I can't be mad at them using it, right? Like,
no, I mean, you need to represent it, and I feel like the thing with Milia, right, is like even if she does get the hit, you know, she's doing damage, she's going to pull you to the corner, and then it's going to reset back to neutral after the wall break. So, you know, Leo just has, I think, more damage on deck, and I've talked about that in this matchup. Every Leo player is so ready with those air throws.
I mean, they're so beneficial, right? This is going to kill too, because it's going to go through the wall.
Didn't even need to.
Yeah. Actually, I don't think it would have gone through the wall. I'm not looking at it.
Yeah, they were definitely too far away, but it's not ultimately going to matter. Levity is on set point now.
We actually have a big bracket here tonight, honestly. We're finishing up on round 1 where it's 16 players total. So, not the biggest, but it's definitely pretty large. So, flash kick out, back to the mid-screen, just headbutts them. And you know Leo's got a fat head. That thing's made of iron.
Forged in the hellfire that was the Holy Crusades.
Red RC. Oh, I like that. Empty jump low, but all it does is set up a knockdown. And in all honesty, I don't think Levity really cares about being knocked down. He's just going to flash kick, right?
Yeah.
Like, he hasn't been proven wrong on a flash kick yet, so there's no reason for him to hold down back.
So I liked the whiff punish that had come out there. Wow, that was a 2-frame burst. Literally the second Levity had it, they put the burst out, sticking out the 2K through the gap in the block string, and we're going to close out that round. Echoes staves off the loser's bracket for at least one more round.
For now, yeah. So, round start projectile, but it just gets counter hit. Look at all that damage. Like, Milia is a squishy lady. And, alright, there's knockdown. Cannot block.
Burst. Jesus, with DP.
And Levity definitely wanted a little bit more wall health there, but honestly, they'll take it, right? Positive bonus means that they do get that tension back faster, which means they can make their DPs safe with RC faster, which means they get their overdrives faster. Like, they are not Concernicus in the slightest, and they're just going to jump D.
Wow. Ending on a perfect as well. I can't help but feel like I think Echoes' approach was too linear.
Yeah.
You know, every knockdown, like most of what we saw coming out of Echoes was like 2K 2D into pinwheel, and then that was kind of it. And the block string pressure was, you know, it just kind of ended into million stabs, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like this is a critique that I've levied against Echoes on stream before, and having watched, I do remember you're right that it was Kazam that took the dub in the 2.0 patch tournament, the first 2.0 patch tournament.
The last monthly before Beach episode.
And yeah, it's, you know, this is still looking like a problem for Echoes, where Echoes' approach on offense is just a little bit too straightforward. And I think, especially in this title, you know, you really need to be varying up how you're structuring your offense. You need to be trying to cheat out extra turns with staggers. You need to be doing... we getting the cameo?
Yeah. Shout out to Dom. We miss you, Dom. And not only just like on the offense too, but like on a defensive side, like if you're getting, you know, flash kicked that often, like either you need to be more cognizant that it's an option to block against and have a proper punish available, or just like play looser on your offense, right? Like don't heavy aggress on every knockdown, because every time that happens, you get a flash kick and then you have to reset back to neutral against your terms.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that is tough to see, but I mean, congratulations there to Levity. They're going to move forward. They're going to be playing up against Starpuff in round 2. And our next stream match here is going to be Kenny versus Keg. Kenny should be P1 side too. Yeah,
so Kenny specifically approached me while I was ordering my sandwich earlier.
As he does.
Yeah, Kenny is a pretty direct kid. And he looks at me, he's like, how come every time you're on, when you're commentating and I'm on stream, you don't talk about Gold Lewis, you talk about the other character? He's like, what does Gold Lewis do? I was like, he uses Behemoth Typhoon. He's like, that's what I thought. And it's like...
Or 2P.
Well, that's what I said. I was like, well, here's the problem, Kenny. I was like, what you do in the neutral doesn't matter. Because if they beat you in neutral, they're going to do some head-assery stupid stuff, and you're going to 2P mash on your wake-up. And then you're going to get to play the game. At which point, they're just kind of going to die, and you're just going to zip around the screen, and there's going to be Behemoth Typhoons, and, you know, so on and so forth. But just for you, Kenny, just for you, I'm going to say the name of every special move that you do this time. I'm going to make sure I talk about your character.
Which, I mean, honestly, like, Gold Lewis, obviously a huge winner in the 2.0 patch, and only continues to win, right? Gold Lewis says trans rights, and so do we here at BostonBlueBeat. So that character is only winning in everybody's eyes, and so is Kenny for the most part.
Yeah. My favorite thing about Bridget being added to the game is the amount of salty tears on the internet.
Yeah.
Some people, oh, it's only in the bad ending. There's no bad endings.
Yeah, there's no bad ending.
There's no bad endings. You can hold that.
Yeah. I don't think Spencer will be too mad about us saying fuck transphobes on stream. So we'll say that.
I second this opinion.
Yeah.
Also, I see you in the chat, Kite. I also see the exclamation Brad, which is apparently not supported here.
Oh no, we gotta change that.
No, you know what? I think it's fine.
Of course you think it's fine, Brad. But yeah, shout outs to Kite. Fuck Brad, indeed. Not because he's a transphobe, but.
No. I say fuck transphobes, and then we say fuck Brad out of love.
Exactly. It all means well. But yeah, shout outs to Kite. Where are you? You are not here, which means Kenny's gonna win the tournament.
I mean, if Kite was here, Kenny would still win the tournament.
Actually, pause, because Mozz is here.
Ooh, that's a good point.
The demon bullet to Kenny's Gold Lewis is here.
Yeah, Mozz is very often the only player that beats Kenny. And, like, Kenny will talk at length about how much he hates the Nagoriyuki matchup.
Do you see who Mozz has to play, though?
Mozz versus Osmosis.
Osmosis. So you actually missed a couple weeks of Casa Online.
Yep.
Osmosis, with the Zato play, has honestly been crushing fools. So that should be a fun matchup because Mozz is Nagoriyuki, obviously. And last time we saw them, they said that they hadn't had a chance to practice on the patch. That was 2 months ago now, so they've obviously had practice. So honestly, if we could hold that matchup for stream, I would lose my mind, because that's going to be an amazing matchup.
Yeah. Well, that's a technically speaking a top 8 match. So I don't know whether we're going to ultimately save it. I don't know how the scheduling for the day is going. I don't know if we need to make up for time so that they can stream CF or what have you. Because we know that BlueBeat loves their CF. They love their CF so much that, in case you haven't heard, Burst Limit is the new ranking battle series that is starting this Monday up through October 3rd. Every week on Monday evening, there will be a BlazBlue CF bracket in a ranking tournament circuit. The top 8 ranking players qualify for an invitational on October 15th. That's how much they love BlazBlue. They love it so much that I plugged it in the middle of Guilty Gear Strive. And I swear to you, if Spencer, I'm waiting for Spencer to show up at my door at 1 in the morning with a boombox,
just playing CF music.
Yep, that's what I'm waiting for.
I mean, it's more and more likely to happen as time goes on, honestly. But yeah, I mean, honestly, our CF turnout is amazing. Our players are amazing, and we're heading into this matchup here. We do going to have Keg on the P1 side playing the Zato. Kenny obviously playing Gold Lewis. Sets up the drone, which is OD on this patch. It eventually disappears, but you also can't really fight against 2D.
All right, look at all these Behemoth Typhoons. That's the special moves that Gold Lewis does.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. Here you go, Kenny. I'm talking about Gold Lewis.
Behemoth Typhoon indeed does a lot of damage.
Oh,
bro, he does not respect you, Keg.
No. And that's the thing. Kenny doesn't respect anybody
except for Mozz. Like that's the only person I've ever heard Kenny be like, no, I can't beat him. And it's like, well, you know, do something other than Behemoth Typhoon.
Nice, found the 5D check. We're going to get the wall break here. Oh, unfortunately, we did not get the unsummon, so post-wall break, Keg's Zato is not going to have Eddie. We have Eddie back now, backing off. When's the drone coming out? There's the drone.
Actually gets danger profiled for it as well, but the drone does connect.
Ooh,
forward
throw.
PRC crushed by that Behemoth Typhoon.
Yep, going for the momentum burst. Wow, the minigun? That's mad disrespectful.
I actually like that, though, because it beat Eddie, obviously. It crushed Eddie's soul, and then it continued forward into Zato. So it actually, in hindsight, feels like a really good option to break through now that I think about it.
Oh, Keg, you had all the bar. That was dead. I mean, it's dead either way.
Yeah. So actually, you're a Zato player. What was my question? Oh, minigun just in general feels like a really strong tool, because what other options does Gold Lewis have to actually hit Eddie outside of like 2P and 2K?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's valid. All right, getting mixed 5P mash. Momentum burst comes out from Kenny. That's the same setup that we saw earlier, going PRC into the low Behemoth Typhoon. That time Keg blocks it, but still overwhelmed in the corner in the first game on the board now for Kenny.
Yeah.
But Keg didn't do bad. And so Keg, in case y'all don't know, Keg is
a newer player.
Comparatively newer, but I know Keg is like trying to do a lot of that content game, posted some videos. I know Keg got the chance to talk to Latif
at Evo, yes.
And Keg was telling me that, you know, he wants to try to make a habit to get, you know, conversations with different top players at every event. So played one of the best Zatos in the world. Apparently not the best Zato in the world, thanks, if we look to the Evo results.
Yeah, shout out to Leffen, getting 3rd at Evo. Clearly the best Zato in the world. Definitely the best Zato from EU, I would say. Right?
Yeah.
And again, minigun just to beat Eddie. I do like it. The only negative part that I see is that it removes the drone option. And drone is just so good this patch.
Oh no, anti-airs early JS into Behemoth Typhoon from Kenny.
Gobu's also very amazing. Shout out to Burkish Man. Again, not here to play Guilty Gear Strive with us. So.
Also, was Gobo at Evo?
I don't remember at all.
Because if he was,
I gotta tell top 8.
He didn't. We had 2 Zatos in top 8. Neither were Gobo and neither were Latif.
We got Draken in chat too. Man, where are all you guys? You could have been here. But no, Bridget's actually OD. I've been watching a lot of Bridget. I was watching Kid Viper a lot today. Absolutely just crushing people with like a day 2, day 3 Bridget. That character's got some stuff.
All right, second game on the board for Kenny as we talked local lore, plugged some people, and then talked about the strength of Zatos. Keg on the back foot, down 0-2 against Kenny's Gold Lewis.
Yeah, I mean, it is a struggle, honestly, when you're back against the wall, having to weather the storm of Behemoth Typhoon after Behemoth Typhoon, because it does a ton of chip damage. Like it's tough to deal with when you're, especially if you're out of tension, right? Like if you spend a lot of your attention trying to FD the other buttons that are coming through, then you don't have the option to YRC. You don't have an option to like try and jump PRC or anything like that. But throw, again, still one of the best defensive options in this game. It's a 2-framer, and now you get to set up all of your pressure to go after it.
Sword super, yep. So we're going to get the wall break, and we're going to get Eddie back from positive bonus. How are we going to press the issue? Kenny has bar. Are we going to see a YRC come out? Oh, reversal super, but it looks like Keg blocked it. Do we have the punish?
He did not have the punish, but he gets
and he also wasn't ready to finish. Each of those juggles had Eddie on deck.
Yep. It's a little bit of spaghetti, but they got the round anyway, so that's all that matters in the end of the day.
What I want to see from Keg, so much of Kenny's approach when there isn't drone, see, that's what I was about to say is the problem. Keg keeps only putting out a pose when drone is on the table, and then once Eddie trades with drone, Kenny just gets to kind of run in. Oh, that was a black beat combo. That was weird.
Yeah, we also got some friendly teabagging there in the middle of that. He's a pad player, so we know he wasn't buffering. But all right, actually went for the command grab, but it did not connect. And now we get the side swap thing in for Keg. Behemoth Typhoon.
Jesus, just chained the same one. We're going to get the super. Oh my god, that kills. That was just Behemoth Typhoon into, which I don't even know what version of the uppercut super that ended up being, but hey, smoked Zato.
That was the non-churned version of that overdrive there.
I mean, do we know it died before any of the subsequent churning would have happened?
No, because you churn before the hit happens.
Oh, sure.
But so actually, you raise a good question. I don't remember if the drones still go out if it kills.
I don't imagine so. Because why would it?
Well, because the drones do a little bit of damage too. That's the point behind churning. Is it ups?
No, I know that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't think it was churning.
But if they die first.
Well, then there'd be no need for the drones to... I don't know.
There would, because what if the drones kill?
Yeah, I mean, Draken said that it wasn't churned, so...
No, I believe you. I believe that it wasn't. I'm just talking, like, the context.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know how the animations work in that sense.
Anyway, what I was going to say about Keg is... okay. What I was going to say about Keg is, like, we only saw a pose come out when drone came out. And so what happened was it completely nullified anything you got off of a pose. And so much of Kenny's approach was, like, early JS into stuff.
Yeah. So,
you know, against that, you know, Zato's 2H is this great starter. If you have a pose set up, you know, you get to, you know, front load all this damage.
Yeah.
So what I think Keg, you know, when you revisit this set is... you need to be more mindful to not use Eddie when you have to respect the drone. Navigate around the drone. I think you can probably drunkard shade the drone because it's probably coded as a projectile.
It's definitely a projectile, yeah. But so with the changes this patch, they've made it a staying projectile. It used to just disappear on when the gold duels got hit. They changed that this patch, so I don't actually know. Like it's different than a normal projectile.
Sure.
So it's still projectile, so it should be. The point is,
as long as you can reflect it.
Yeah, it should be reflectable.
You know, I don't get to watch that matchup a whole lot, especially when, you know, a lot of the best Gold Lewis players are also playing Zato. Like I know Gobo. We were just talking about Gobo. Yeah. I know Gobo also has a Gold Lewis.
Yeah. I mean, we can try it out later in training mode with Laust.
Yeah.
Because his dust is a reflect too.
Oh, true. Yeah, but so, you know, point being is that, you know, I think where a pose was used needed to change.
Work.
Looking into the next match, looks like it's going to be
Echoes on P1 versus Riders on Winters, excuse me, on P2. So Winters playing the new Bridget, who is honestly kind of OD, right? Like I've been watching a lot of this character. She seems like a better Axel, in all honesty, right?
Really? Okay.
Because she fights in a little bit tighter of a range. Her moves aren't quite as long, but they're very similar in the way they connect with people. You can combo after them too as well. So anytime you hit a slash or a heavy slash, you actually get a guaranteed combo by hitting the button again and then going into rollerblades. And then the command grab is also a mix-up because it hits from super far away, but with the air option, you can actually hold down the input until you hit the ground and then still get the grab to work on grounded opponents. So like she has a lot of stuff going on as a character, and honestly, with how mad she makes people, you love to see it. Well, look at this. Milia gets the hair car into the P1 corner we go.
her making people mad is honestly enough for me. Echoes with the big start right into overdrive. What's the mix gonna be? Stays same side,
that was
and
tricky.
Winters gets smoked for it.
That was very tricky. I like that. So sets it up 1 round apiece so far. And Winters, yeah, gets the counter hit into the conversion. Another command grab. Look at how much damage that does to Millia. It's obscene.
Yeah, and that's the second time in this set that that exact sequence has gone into command grab there for Winters.
Yep. The other thing that I think Bridget really has over Axel is she has a meterless reversal option.
Okay.
Because if you do the what is it 4-2-3 punch is a DP. So. Oh man.
Oh, okay. Oh my god, that burst was almost very dangerous. Has the red RC. Oh, that was a little bit of tricky movement off of the momentum from that red RC, but still smoked out. And Echoes takes this first game here. Now, Bridget being a new character, then, you know, one assumes then that Winters has probably played somebody else until then. So how far do they go with Bridget? It looks like they're at least willing to go down 2 games as Bridget. A very early burst coming out this time.
Yeah, and again, an earlier burst just means you'll get it back faster, but the problem is, look at how deep into that burst bar we went. And with how much you're getting mixed by Millia, you kind of want that. I mean, look at this. Even in the corner, you're getting mixed up. Is going to go through the wall thanks to the air rose.
Where is this mix-up game when Echoes plays against people with a reversal? Where was this in the first match against Levity?
Which, it's funny you say reversal, because she literally does have a reversal.
I ain't seen it.
True. Yeah, we haven't seen it yet.
Show me the tapes.
We haven't seen it yet, Brad. Chill. Like, it's still there. It's an option. It just hasn't been utilized yet. But gets the hit there. Doesn't get close slash, which is definitely what they wanted in that situation. Goes for the curb stomp. Sets up the orb there.
Oh, nice. Finds the air throw. There does Winters. Right into the OTG. The command grab works again. We have got the red RC. How much are we going to bait the burst?
Oh.
We're not going to bait it at all. And oh my god, if we had used literally any other normal to break the wall.
Which is crazy because I think they did 2S, didn't they? I thought they did. Oh, that you hate to see. The burst there. Definitely, it's for momentum, but Millia is such a low damage character. I don't think it would have been able to kill. Show Brad the tapes. They haven't used it yet, Draken. Tell Winters to use DP, and then I can show Brad what it looks like. Oh, counter hit.
Somebody take something up with whoever the mailman is that delivers to area code 623.
All right, jumps out.
Slash starter there for Echoes. Still has burst on deck. Pushing the cross up. Wow, the stagger.
I don't think they need it.
It's so intriguing to me, the difference of Echoes play in this game versus the previous one.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Like, we're seeing staggers that we didn't see in Echoes play earlier. 2K, 2K.
Maybe their hands are cold.
Maybe. I guess that's possible.
But yeah, the brisket meme is kind of OD too. I don't know where that one came from. I'll have to see the tapes on that, but I do like seeing that when I scroll through Twitter. Oh, gets the cross up there as well. Can they go through the wall with that? Nope. No. Reset.
You see this so often now is that they don't bother going for the reset at all. Gets the standing reset.
Oh my
right
God.
into the wall break. Oh, the pinwheel's going to break it. I wonder whether we were going to want to try to wall break with the overdrive.
Kite makes a good point. We were flash kicking every opportunity earlier.
I mean, sure, but they weren't punishing the flash kick either. So, like,
True.
If you're not staggering because you're respecting the flash kick, do something about the flash kick besides just die to it.
True. All right, so we get the punch option after the rollerblade there, which is less unsafe into the command grab.
That command grab is looking unblockable right now, which obviously it is, but I think the point being is that Echoes is not prepared to do anything on defense for it. Back throw, though.
Oh, gets hit same side. Should reset up again. Gets the back throw.
Oh, that's not what we wanted. A momentum burst comes out from Winters.
Into the red RC. Lots of overhead opportunities.
Command grab again.
Yeah. So the other thing about this command grab is on the ground, it actually is a launcher as well. So it, by launcher, I mean it launches you at your opponent.
Sure.
So you can catch them from really far away. And so
it's pretty dolphin.
Yeah. There's the DP.
There's the
that's
DP.
what it looks like. So that's something we need to see a bit more of. Just because it has an opportunity to set up.
We set up the yo-yo, but I mean, God, Winters hasn't even had any opportunities to capitalize on the setups that they do put out. Okay.
We're seeing a lot of new moves come out in this game 3 here. DP only gets the 2 hits, so it's not a lot of damage.
Another one. Are we going to bait the
Close
burst?
slash? Oh, they went too far on the rollerblades. That's a real combo. They just went too far. You got to hold back.
That's a back throw. No GG.
Close slash. Oh, tried to go for the air throw, I imagine. Back throw.
Just got the meter from that. The double cross up.
I got
Echoes
hit. I got
takes
hit.
the game.
That was game 3, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So 3-0 in favor of Echoes. That is going to knock Winters out of tonight's tournament. But I can't imagine they're the only one playing Bridget right now. That character is incredibly strong.
Yeah, no, I mean, I would hope, right? You know, especially if nothing else, you got to take the character through their paces.
Yeah, I mean, there's already been a tons of tech that I feel have changed since the character's release. The way the yo-yos work offer a lot of opportunity for options. Having both the hit on the way out and hit on the way back in options. And you can vary out how you're going to set them up on screen by changing whether you use them in the air or on the ground. And then just everything you get afterwards, right? By being able to do the Sonic towards them. And you can cancel that at any time into any move. Like the most basic setup is to do quarter circle heavy slash, send it up into the sky, roll towards it, cancel it with the bear drop. I mean, that's just like baby tech, and it still catches people up. And so like that character already being strong, I think, is a good sign because there's still room to grow. Go
I think
mine. Go away. Shoo.
The thing is like having Twitter tech is good, right? Having mix-ups, all that stuff, like that's good. It does not solve the neutral game, right? And I think the thing for me is like I've never seen a character not have interesting stuff propagate through social media on drop. Like people find stuff. Where the character really comes alive is, you know, those first couple of weeks and really seeing how they integrate into the meta, how they handle the ground game, how they answer the other top tiers.
Yeah, I was going to say the biggest problem is going to be how they compete with the tier zeros, which honestly I think they do fine. I don't know the numbers on their slashes, but they hit from so far away, and on counter hit you get massive combos off of them. So
yeah, let me see if I don't imagine that Bridget's in the frame data yet. No, certainly not on that. Let's check Dust Loop, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean it's. We'll see as it levels up. We do have another character coming this fall around the same time as that crossplay beta as well. So we do have a couple months.
Oh yeah, the frame data is already up on Bridget. +1 on block for close slash.
+1 on block. All right, that's not bad. Especially since on hit you hit the button again and it automatically combos into itself. So.
Blue RC forward drift into 2K. We've got the DP coming out now from Valtr.
Yeah, honestly, shout out to Dustloop. They put in a ton of work across many titles to make sure that us gamers know frame data, even though it's a social myth, obviously. But look at this. Already we're seeing Starpuff here on the Nagoriyuki get a very early lead. Valtr here on the Soul Bad Guy, a character that, honestly, we don't really see that much of anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I think the character got figured out a little bit, the targeted nerfs over time, experiencing the changes going into the 2.0 patch. I know they tweaked like this 2K a little bit.
Not just well, because it's the universal change as well.
That as well, yeah. But I think just in general, right, like if you're trying to jump up and just play a top tier, there are stronger top tiers. And then
you know what's funny? You can just do Kai. When this game comes out, like, why would you play Kai? Soul's just better. Now it's, why would you play Soul? Kai's just better.
Do you think that's the case?
I think Kai's better. Yeah, 100%. Like, even just normals, like the normal gameplay cycle, I think is better by being able to set up shock state. Like, you have to learn shock state, obviously, but, like, once you know how that operates and how to get it onto your opponent and the best way to utilize it, I think overall he's a stronger character. And Dragon Stall actually exists now.
Yes, the Dragon install change is pretty good. Kite says just play Ram. So
yeah,
I was
but then Draken says just play Nago. Like,
right.
Draken's memeing us, and Kite's actually hating on Ram.
Right, well, so no, the reality is, like, yeah, you just play Nago because as much as people like to talk about Ram, I didn't see any Rams in top 8.
I was just going to say.
I haven't seen any Rams in top 8 of any offline major event that I can think of.
Nope.
Was there a Ram at Combo Breaker? I
don't think so.
You know, the problem characters have been Nago, Happy Chaos, Leo. because Ram players suck.
And Latif. Not Latif. It's not so.
Yeah.
Naga's an interesting one because like he's incredibly strong. You do need to learn the blood mechanic to a certain degree. They've obviously lessened how important it is with the 2.0 changes. But it's still a factor, right? You can't just Fukio forever and win a game. You have to pay a little bit of attention to it. Honestly, Happy Chaos, I personally like Happy Chaos. I've always liked Happy Chaos as a character. But he's tough to learn, but I feel like once you learn him, you're very rewarded.
Frame traps 5Ps into 6H, Beyblade, smoking Valtr for trying to press the issue, and I can't help but feel like Valtr is just is running into a lot of what Starpuff is putting out on the screen, and it's making it pretty hard for Valtr to get anything started. Fukio back,
Didn't
earn
get
a little bit of
punish.
blood gauge, doesn't follow up after the Beyblade. Wow, JD. No,
Yeah.
that's not JD, that was JS.
Getting the air-to-air, though, is already pretty significant. And they just get a huge counter hit. Opens up the game. You set up the Gunflame into the PRC, but you gotta block, my guy.
Oh, gets the side swap, but a little bit off on the timing for the target combo after. If we had done a 6H OTG, I think that might have killed, but we're okay. 2S trades, but we take those, and that's exactly what I mean, right? I feel like every time Starpuff is like Fukioing back and getting a little bit earlier the command grab, Valtr is swinging and trading unfavorably in a lot of these spots.
Yeah, and that's again, like Nago, you need to learn how to play against Nago because a lot of his buttons are amazing at what they do. And when you can get mixed by Fukio into Beyblade, whether it's forward or backwards, like you have to know the data. And right now we're seeing just pressure applied. Look at the range that we're seeing come out of Starpuff. Like gonna get the command grab. Is that gonna be enough to kill?
Are we gonna? It's not gonna be enough to kill, but we do get the side swap. Burst is on the table for Valtr, but Starpuff is such a healthy life
Oh
lead.
my god.
And the 2S, it's all of these like stagger 2S's. It's like 2K, 2S. It's that little bit of delay. The 2S was such a problem button there for Valtr to try to deal with. Game 3 already? Jeez.
That was kind of quick. That was loser side as well, so that is Valtr's final match of today's tournament. Starpuff going to be moving on into the losers top 8, actually.
Yep, waiting on the winner of Keg and Nick Serial. Opposite that, we have Where's Slayer playing against Echoes, and
Slayer?
Doc Bach playing against Hypnotik to round out the rest of loser side top 8. Kenny and Levity on one half of winner side, Mozz and Osmosis on the other.
Do you know who Hip's playing?
I don't know who Hip's playing.
I know Doc Bach is playing Potemkin. All right, so Echoes versus Were Slayers are going to be our next matchup. Echoes we already saw earlier today playing the Milia. And so we'll get to see who Were Slayer plays in a second. It's obviously not Slayer because they're not in the game yet.
Yeah.
For probably better from what I understand.
So I hope I'm thinking of the right thing because I don't have as much legacy gear experience. But,
Same.
Kite says Hip is playing Potemkin still.
Oh, so
which
Potemkin,
makes sense.
Potemkin.
I know in Hypnotik's dalliances and other titles, there's a lot of grappler play. I know in 5 he was playing Geef.
See, I only know Hypnotik from Dragon Ball, so.
Yeah, Piccolo player.
Yeah. Honestly, I love watching Piccolo players. Like, that was a character that was super fun to watch. And obviously I'm going to be able to watch more of it because we're going to be getting rollback.
Eventually.
TM. Soon TM. But that's fine. Oh, Eno. Honestly, I've been loving Eno, right? Daru Eno, obviously this weekend at top 8 in EVO, was awesome to watch. Did fall to, Leffen, I believe, in loser's side. But honestly, Eno as a character, I've always loved to watch. It's always been a character I want to play, but I hate her dash for the way I like to play games.
Yeah, I can understand that. And so the change that they made to her in the 2.0 patch, right? Like pre 2.0, so much for her game was around like the fact that heavy slash is flush on block.
Yeah.
You were cheating out extra turns with heavy slash stroke.
Yeah.
And like now they've de-emphasized that and re-emphasized her projectiles, so she has a much stronger mid-range game to cover her approach and get people respecting her. Oh, good burst bait comes out, cashing out the overdrive to close out the first round.
Her Mirdi setup options are much improved with the bonus note as well. That would hit really far. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I really do like the Eno changes. We've seen a bit of a resurgence in her play a little bit, I would say.
Yep. And I like, this is another thing. There's been more and more of people getting comfortable just not breaking the wall and keeping the strong corner position. So instead, we smoke that out with a perfect where's Slayer. I don't think you need Slayer.
Honestly, so I really like that option against Milia as well because she is so mobile and so hard to catch a lot of times.
Right, keep her locked down.
Yeah, especially because you know, Eno's air game is good. I definitely think Milia's is better because she gets the double dash instead of the float dash. She has the rose to change her timing as well. Doesn't seem to matter though when you're getting counter hit out of the sky. Oh man, there can be no right done by Echoes this set so far.
Echoes finds that defensive back throw on Wake Up though, and I like that Echoes finally non-autopiloting the offense, catching with an early JS in the air, getting a combo. YRC comes out from where Slayer, reversal overdrive, catches the 2K and gets the wall break for it.
Almost kills him too, that's crazy.
Overhead blocked, has to FD out. So little life here on the side of where Slayer, who had to spend all their bar trying to FD. And then I don't know if that was finally chipped because they were out of bar, or if that cross-up actually connected. But
we'll never know. That's one thing I'm not a huge fan about the hearts for the round enders. Like in Street Fighter, it largely tells you what killed.
Right.
Whether it was a perfect or a timeout, a critical art, or just a round win. But all right, going through the wall. Here we go. Lots of damage on the board still. Positive bonus applied. Oh, it doesn't even... Jesus Christ. It's the double overhead, heavy.
Oh my god.
And you're dead. This is a very different Echoes than Winner Side.
Gets that loser side power boost. And hey, I like that the bravery we're seeing from Echoes and the decisions they're making as well. Like, after the YRC there from where Slayer, not respecting that situation at all. Early burst has to come out from where Slayer. And another thing is, like, you talked about the mobility of Milia, and it's come up so much. When where Slayer doesn't get the first hit at round start position, they can never get anything started. They can't even navigate the note in a way to catch out Echoes. We're going to use the overdrive to break the wall. Still alive, but very little life left.
Yeah, you said it, and I was going to say it too, but they're just playing disrespectfully, which is honestly what I love to see, especially on a mixed character like this. Like, yeah, your opponent's going to have options to play the game, but if you just don't care about those options, you can honestly get away with so much more than you would expect. Like, look at that. Like, that's a mix that we wouldn't have seen in the winner side version of this player. Are you kidding me? How do you get hit by that from that far away on Wake Up? Like, hit counter.
All right, where Slayer, don't let it happen to you. Okay, burst has to come out. I do want to highlight the first round in this set was a perfect.
Was that a double perfect?
That was a double perfect.
For game 3 or game 2? Game 2.
Game 2 for them, all the way across the sky. Where Slayer, for as good as they looked in that first game, they're a training mode dummy in the rest of these games. Pinwheel at round start
now
position.
That's disrespectful. I mean, I can't say you're wrong at this point because they are just getting mixed.
They're not blocking their toes. They're not blocking the cross-ups. They're not blocking.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely...
All right.
They need a meeting with Esteban, but they get the back throw. Oh, nice check there on the stroke the big tree. But they got hit by all the other ones.
A stroke, but I mean, even the prevalence towards re-going for these float mix-ups again is giving Echoes the opportunity to get out of the corner because they're just using Milia's fantastic mobility. We're going to get the wall break. Oh, we don't even need the wall break. We kill actually before it. Yeah. And this is set point now for Echoes to move on into the top 8.
And that was really tricky. I did like that. They set up the projectile and then TK bad moved them. And you saw that where Slayer was prepared for the down low, the empty jump low, and it just didn't matter because of the TK. But now, Strokes the Big Tree comes through, gets a knockdown, doesn't set up the orb this time.
See, and it's that there's no risk. Echoes is not respecting anything that Where Slayer is doing as an offender. So Where Slayer needs to go back and re-implement layer 1.
And honestly, at this point, like, there's no reason for him to because they're already in such an advantage state, right? Yeah. Like, even if you lose this entire game, it just brings us to a game 5. Like, you still have a whole other game to play with. You have the rest of this round and next round if you needed to really finish up what you need. And that still hitting is a problem. Like, if you block that first hit, you should be A-okay.
Okay. Back throw works out. We get the dash cancels coming out, but the Rose, kissed by the Rose to close out the set. And there was almost signs of life there from Where Slayer, but I think The thing is, when you come back to this set where it's like, please, I need you to bring in that layer 1. Because look at the number of times that Echoes just didn't care about what you were doing and just swung through your offense.
Yeah, and I mean, like, we saw a couple overdrive reversals, which is one thing to say, right? Because it's, you know, that's taking resources away from your opponent, so you can feel kind of good about that one, even if you get hit. But there was no respect on any of the other wake-ups either. Like, they would jump out, they would challenge with 5P, they would just press anything, really, and it would work out in their favor, and there wasn't really a whole lot of blocking on your opponent's wake-up, which is tragic. Because even though it sounds silly, it's the same thing that happened to Echoes in winner's side, right? If you're not blocking on your opponent's wake-up, then they can just do whatever they want, as long as they have a faster button or a reversal option.
So Echoes moves on. Excuse me while I pull up the... Levity Kenny is the next one. Okay.
So we're heading back up to the winner's side. It's going to be Gold Lewis going up
against Leo.
Leo.
Yeah, so, I mean, we've seen that Levity is perfectly willing to flash kick.
Yep.
Perfectly willing to bust out, just like y'all should be busting out those Matcherino coupon codes. Hit us with the exclamation Matcherino so that you can go and show some love to all the players, not just for Strive, but for all the tournaments that we're running today that have the Matcherinos. It does so much for so little effort for you to go and log in, claim those codes, throw that free 25 cents at our players. Everyone would appreciate it.
And if you need a step-by-step guide to teach grandma how to use those Matcherino codes, just head on over to my Twitter, @TheDoctorIsIn. I have it right there on my Twitter. Again, step-by-step. You can send it to grandma, grandpa, really whoever needs a tutorial on how to use those Matcherino codes. Even if you're sitting in chat and you're not really sure how to use them, go ahead and click that link, because it's as simple as clicking the Matcherino link, signing in, and clicking claim code. And honestly, you could have done it already in the time it took us to say this spiel.
I actually need to do it. I don't believe that I've done it yet. So
watch as Brad does it real quick in the chat.
I mean, honestly, the hardest part is going to be navigating to the stream and then sitting through the Twitch ad.
Well, you don't even need to sit through the Twitch ad, Brad. You can just use Twitch chat.
That's a good point. Oh, hey, look at that. I have channel points.
Of course you have channel points, because you're supporting the stream, Brad. Just like everyone at home here is supporting the stream by watching it at home, sharing it with their friends, and everything else that goes along with being a good doobie. And so like we said, we do have Kenny versus...
a good doobie?
Yeah. You've never heard good doobie before?
Is that an expression that is, like, common?
I mean, in my life it was, growing up and stuff.
Huh.
I mean, I know what a doobie is now that I'm old, but...
Yeah, that was the question.
As a kid growing up, I didn't get that reference, but yeah, no. I mean, I don't know if that's what it's from per se, but I don't know. But yeah, or a gold star kid, does that work better too?
Yeah,
a good noodle.
That has less of a weird connotation.
A good noodle. That's it, Chad. If you want to be a good noodle and get a good noodle star, you got to use the Matcherino code. Brad here has already displayed that he is, in fact, a good noodle because he has used the Matcherino link.
Yeah, it didn't even preclude me from taking a second to wonder what the hell Doc is saying. Risky Sweep, you're the best noodle. I believe it.
Did you use the Matcherino link and use the code? I hope so.
Maybe they even use the sponsor quests.
The sponsor quests would be OD as well. But to be the best noodle, you also have to be following @BostonBlueBeat on Twitter so that you can get all of the updates to go along with our tournaments here. Because not only are we here today, we also have starting this Monday the BBCF ranking battle online. And you're going to want to be online to play that as well. And you're going to want to follow the Twitter so that you know when that starts. Starting just now is our matchup here between Levity and Kenny. Gold Lewis versus Leo. And it's interesting to me because Leo, I believe, has been a problem for Kenny in the past.
You think Leo has? I know Kenny, mostly Kenny just airs their grievances about Naga.
True. That has been obviously their main problem matchup. And right now, it doesn't really seem to be an issue with the Leo matchup.
Yeah, I mean, look at the fact that, you know, Kenny obviously coming into this matchup with an understanding of how flash kick happy Levity has the potential to be.
That was
Because
smart.
there's been so much throw coming out already. But we got the wall break this time from Levity. Plenty of resources.
Honestly, that reset was insane. They expected Kenny to know about holding left on the screen there to jump out. All right, they go with the bar overdrive. It actually goes to the wall. That's a pretty traveling one there.
Oh, 2P, 6P. Closes out the first round against Kenny. And yeah, I like that Kenny was representing throw as much as they were. Jesus, calling in the ordnance, coming in from the aircraft carrier, the missile that is the Soaring Behemoth Typhoon.
Oh.
Smoked by the cross-up Berserker Slash.
Love to see that. It actually canceled out the drone. So does the projectile there. Oh, I thought they had a full combo after that.
Nope, has to burn the burst as Kenny. The drone trades, we run underneath, we're able to get out of the corner position. Look at the corner carry that Leo has available to them. Going for the cross-up again, smoked by the overhead.
Overhead? Or just raw overhead? Just raw.
Wow, that was a quick first game for Levity, despite the fact that, you know, as I said, Kenny was showing what I thought were some, you know, interesting bits of matchup and player familiarity with how much they were leaning on throw, but they just kind of lost out on the neutral game. 5P juggles, Air Behemoth Typhoon, blocked, takes the turn back, does Levity. PRC forward drift, and now we have to deal with the mix after the drone. Not much really comes of it. Blocks the low check after.
Oh man, look at how much damage this Behemoth Typhoon does on block. It almost does as much as on hit. It's actually insane. But now we get an opportunity here for Levity. Oh man, they're just gonna keep hitting 2K until something happens. Ooh, ramen sounds amazing. I'm kind of sad. I was supposed to get ramen in Vegas, and we never did. We ate tacos for every meal instead.
Yeah, there was a lot of tacos in Vegas.
But honestly, I'm not really that mad about it.
No, they were fantastic tacos.
Oh,
they were very, very good. Almost as good as that 5P anti-air. Has to burn the burst. Does Levity. Oh, I love that block. I was very ready for that to cross up, too.
Ooh, that just hits all raw. Does get the PRC forward as well into Behemoth Typhoon. The amount of damage it does on block is still staggering. Oh, that's a huge punish. That is what happens when you whiff a flash kick into nothingness. You just get annihilated. I don't think he had the 50 tensions required to make it safe either.
No, he had nothing. That was the hardest of reads.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Did somebody forget to...
Somebody's a bad noodle.
Which is crazy because I saw the players before this go to disable pad, so I don't know what happened about that. Maybe they hit the wrong button. We're going back to character select, so I'm wondering if...
I don't imagine Levity has another character, right?
They're looking at their buttons again, making sure everything's correct, so... I don't know. Maybe they thought, maybe they did it wrong. Take the game. Kite's right, honestly. Kenny should take the game.
I mean, it was like, look, that's a real spirit of the rule kind of thing. It happened like before the game had even started.
Yeah, no, that'd be hardcore. Actually, yeah, you're right. I don't know. I'm not a TO. I don't make the rules. But again, it should be the TOs to make that decision, not the players.
Yeah, so somebody call Spencer.
I don't even. Spencer's probably playing in tournament at the moment, actually. But here we go, back into the game. It is currently one apiece.
My God, Kenny living rent-free in Levity's head.
Drone. Oh, it doesn't even need the drone. Counter hit comes through, but I like it. Aggressive burst, aggressive PRC.
The regular throw, or there's going to be another regular throw.
Counter
oh my
hit.
God, the drone actually covers for the flash kick.
That would not have happened on the previous patch as well, because the hit would have canceled out the drone.
That is a good point.
So, round one going over to Kenny, just absolutely crushing the Spirit with the alien inside. And look at this. Speak about Spirit Crushers, just completely getting opened up by these overheads. All the way to the wall we go.
Okay.
That takes forever!
Well,
that is...
but it connected because Kenny backdashed. It caught the end of the backdash.
That is like the longest overhead in the game. I think that one might actually be longer than Anji's in its current state. Don't.
They made Anji's faster.
I was gonna say don't like take that as gospel, but I'm pretty sure that has a longer startup than Anji.
I can check the data while we do this.
You have service, so you can check the data. But continuing to get opened up. Oh man, back and forth into the overdrive, going through the wall. We're gonna get some positive bonus here for Levity. And look at that. They actually empty jump forward. Not able to punish the gold burst, but they didn't give the meter over.
Leo's is 2 frames faster.
Okay, so that's close.
Oh my God, the Behemoth Typhoon actually whiffs. No punishment coming out of Levity. The 2D catches Kenny trying to call the drone strike. You're not going to get it. The overhead again.
Back turn stance. Yeah. Cannot block in back turn stance. How crazy would it have been if he had parried at that moment, though? That would have been sick, because it would have given him the round win, too.
Yeah, definitely would have. But as it stands, Kenny up 2-1 to go into winners finals. Early momentum burst actually steals the corner position. Just backing so far off. It feels like Kenny wants to back off and be able to go in behind the drone. Momentum burst from Levity, wants to keep the corner position, staggers right into the throw.
I don't know if I agree with that one. I understand it keeps the pressure going, but it, I don't know, it leads to this situation, right? Like, you're going to get hit, you already have the corner pressure. Oh, just raw overhead. It's crazy that Kenny keeps getting hit by that. Like, he hates blocking.
I mean, they both hate blocking.
Do you think he's trying to 2P? Do you think that's why it's happening so often?
Okay. What kind of question is that?
Okay. I was like, do you think he's learned his ways? And you're like, no. He's still degenerate.
Kenny 2Ps like I breathe.
True. Alright, so got a PRC.
Back throw, take that corner position again, meaty fireball, right into the regular throw again. Burst on the table, an immediate burst. Levity doesn't play for burst bait. We saw so much burst bait play coming out from Levity earlier on in the bracket, but none now that we're at the top 8.
Alright, so they do have to be careful though, because they need to win this game to stay alive, obviously. It's currently 2-1 in Kenny's favor. That's not going to be enough to kill, I don't think.
No, we don't have the bar, but the low check. All right, 2 games apiece. Levity found the signs of life there. It turns out you just need to be aggressive and blow Kenny up for making choices. Burst comes out immediately. Momentum burst steals the corner. And again, no burst baits coming out.
I think that's okay. Like, it puts you in the corner. Oh, that's not great. All of this, I believe, is burst safe as well.
Yeah, that's all burst safe.
Jeez.
This is going to be a really hard round for Levity to try to make happen.
Oh, I like it. Sets up the orbital laser, so even on hit, you got to block.
Yep.
So definitely a tough spot to find yourself in as Levity. It is now set point in favor of Kenny, who's currently 2-2 on the scoreboard, as well as winning the first round here. Sets up the drone.
Oh, Gold Burst gets blocked. Look at the difference. Kenny baited a burst. TK Behemoth Typhoon goes to take a turn. Levity, okay, side swap. Another side swap. Do I see three?
Like
no, we see a back throw coming up from Kenny, and the drone is out again.
Oh, punishes the YRC. That might be enough to kill.
Yeah.
That is enough to kill. So that's going to be Kenny taking it 3-2 over Levity in winner's side top 8.
Yeah, I wish Levity had just played just a little bit more conscientiously of Kenny's defensive stuff. Because, like, I feel like so many of those rounds, Levity got a start and then gets bursted as soon as the combo starts and ends up cornering themselves. When if you had just taken the extra second and tried to play around those resources even a little,
yeah,
it might have been better in your favor. And, like, literally in the same breath, in the same round, Kenny does make the decisions to play around Levity's defensive resources.
Yeah.
And absolutely smokes him for it. So it's...
We also saw Kenny change up their attention usage, right? We saw the orbital laser come through in the first round of that final game, which is something we hadn't seen used at all in this set so far. And it like, even getting hit by the 2D after that, it doesn't matter because you're still on the same side. There was no cross-up option coming in from Levity, which I think would have kept them safe.
All right.
But we'll never know. So we're going to get Mozz versus Osmosis, which is a matchup that I said already tonight I am overjoyed to see. It is going to be Nagoriyuki going up against Zato. So, and Osmosis is OD. Like, when I tell you Osmosis is cracked, I mean it. Like, he...
Yeah, I don't think that I've had the pleasure to see them play just... I'm sorry, I see Kite's comment on the side. Brad is saying Kenny is better because he looks at the screen.
I mean,
that's, like...
It's not wrong.
It's not necessarily what I'm saying.
Sure, it's not what you're saying, but I'm saying the truth.
It's certainly a way to restate my point, and you don't lose a whole lot of the context of what I was saying. Why use many word when few word do good?
Yeah, Brad 2020. Levity sucks.
That is definitely not what I said.
But yeah, we got the Zato Nagoriyuki matchup, and it's an interesting matchup to say the least, just because of the way the characters operate. But I mean, Osmosis, they've won a Casa event, they won an online local event, I believe. I don't remember if they entered in the Incendium event. And that's just within the last month or so. Brad getting quoted out of context.
The closer we get
to midterm elections. Oh, that's true. Draken's got you there. Draken's got you.
I'm getting smoked by the tapes.
Yeah.
Clearly, I got too comfortable sitting down today.
Yeah, man. You come to one local after doing EVO and you think you're Hollywood. I see how it is.
Why would you put those words in my mouth now?
Oh, round start, Fukio. We're going to get the throw as well. And, all right, I like it. You get the gold burst, you get the tension, you can apply pressure now. Red RC, not a huge fan.
All right, spends all the bar. We get through all of that, but I mean, it kept Mozz locked down until Eddie was back. We're going to get a combo off of the opposed follow-up. We do get the wall break. I mean, that makes the gold burst kind of worth it, right? You got the life lead.
I would say
nice
so.
backdash. No, I lied. I'm a dirty liar. Smoked by the target combo.
Yeah, we're going right back, I have to imagine. Now positive bonus on both sides, but it's a one-touch game here for Mozz. And that's crazy. Round start, hold down back, FD. Does not want to play any round start games. Doesn't want to try and backdash because they'll get caught.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. You had all that bar as Osmosis, and, you know, once you block something, nice back throw, there's still a burst on the table from Mozz.
Oh, they didn't?
No, it was, there was a burst bait. Another burst bait. But Mozz is going to die with the burst and bring it into the next round.
So it's interesting because one of the big things I remember commentating with you previously is we used to watch Punk all the time, and you're like, why does Punk burst bait every interaction? Just take the character kill. Do not plan everything in your life around your opponent's burst.
Yeah, I mean, I agree that you shouldn't plan everything, but I think in that spot, in that context, it definitely made sense to try to play around it, especially because like Zato has so many different ways to link their options into subsequent options.
Yeah.
And like you can play burst safe and still have mix-ups coming out after the fact. Command grab connects.
Still alive because literally built the 50 tension as the command grab ended. But I mean, why Mozz still has burst and they're literally one touch away from death.
Yeah, you're not even really gonna get it. Oh, what a shimmy! One of the only options after. Wow. Okay.
So Mozz going 2 full rounds, 100-0 with no burst. That's not ideal. That's like losing a Street Fighter round with V-Trigger available, but worse. And so now round start, you do get the double swing coming in from Mozz, but once again we find ourselves in this P2 corner. Oh, huge counter hit coming through. Dips into the earth to play sneaky with it. Nice throw tech though from Mozz. So, interesting enough. We do get a little bit of fight, and I mean, the damage done is basically equal, but now gets the dust combo, gonna go through the wall. Oh, that!
Oh my god, bro. The forward tech actually works into, and then the gold burst gets baited and blocked. Not a whole lot comes of it, but Mozz is sitting in a pretty decent position right now. We're gonna start to push out, though, is Osmosis.
Mozz is actually cracked for that air throw, honestly. Like, jumps off the wall and has the presence of mind to press dust. Insane.
All right, are we finally going to see the burst come out? No, we're not. We should be able to close this out. Yep, Amorphous.
I wonder what Mozz is holding burst for. Is he holding burst for Strive 2?
Maybe.
Strive Exert? Strive to the heavens?
Strive Reconfigurator?
Strive to the heavens. Gets command grabbed. And now you're just holding block. Like, eventually, you are going to get opened up just like that.
All right, but, I mean, there's no Eddie to speak of, so Mozz waits through the storm, finds the 2P check, and now Mozz gets to drive a little bit.
Nice backdash on the Fukio. Kind of scary, in all honesty, now that they've added momentum to that move.
Right, level 2 blood on the table for Mozz. No, actually, the passive drain right back down into level 1.
Gets the clap, forces out the YRC. That's actually great. It kills Eddie and gives you some space to breathe. With the back throw just in time for the Eddie bar to come back means you are going to be going back to blocking. And now, block.
That drunkard shade there was quite the call out coming out from Osmosis.
Yeah, wasn't hugely punished for it either.
None of these 5Ds have been blocked. Burst finally comes out from Mozz, but like Mozz, yeah, so Mozz has not blocked a single 5D. Completely content to just hold down back until Eddie goes to the sky.
I mean, Eddie's gone. That's the second burst already coming in here from Osmosis. Oh, that was so good! Oh my god! Uses the duck under so Eddie can push Mozz back over him and actually gets the cross-up forced upon them.
Zato's a pretty gross character.
Disgusting. Where's the hand sanitizer? I need to wash my hands of this filth.
Zato is mad grimy. The only character to be in Evo top 8 twice.
Oh man, and then we got the jump dust mix as well. And look at that, it took half HP already. It's just Gonzo. So now, look at this. Back against the wall we are. Trying to block forever. Even the jump dust comes out, but it doesn't matter because you get hit low.
Yeah, but I mean, thankfully, when the hit does come, there's no Eddie in the back. Nice Fukio back. It's a bait into the target combo that's going to keep us from popping.
For now, though. But now we're right back to blocking.
5D connects again, and we're going to be able to kill here.
Yep.
Amorphous? Yep.
Yeah, definitely enough to kill there. Oh, we're both wrong.
What?
All right, send that one to Sajam, chat. That's insane.
Yeah, I expect to see that at the end of the month.
All right, we're going right back. Red RC, this should be a wall splat. Oh, drops the combo. This is the 5K. So now you are going to get some FD. Oh, all that FD is now gone.
Yeah, one had to respect Pierce. Mozz didn't, but one had to. I mean, Zato has such strong ground control of this game.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, obviously a character like Nagoriyuki who doesn't really have an air game.
That burst at the very last second, we were about to pop the wall. I feel like you could have saved the burst for after the fact.
Probably. You do get to save a little bit of the life, but now it just doesn't seem to matter. Gonna go with the sword overdrive as well. Refills the Eddie meter, gets to the Oki on wake up, and now with only really one touch remaining here for Mozz in this game 3.
Is that a perfect? It is. That is such a dominant way to close that out. Osmosis moves on to winners finals to play against Kenny. Now I do want to comment on, I do see some chat going on talking about Nago Beyblade and how they changed it to make it unsafe, but it doesn't matter. And so here's the thing, right? It is still an important change because it, like, the way to look at it is it's not that they made Beyblade punishable. It's that you can't just stagger off of Beyblade anymore. Yeah. The problem used to be that, like, Beyblade would happen and then they would just stay in your face and close slash you. And Beyblade was the win condition. Yeah. You get Beyblade, they block it, now you can run your game. The fact that, like, yeah, if you try to take your turn and they Fukio back, they can punish you. But, like, they need to expend additional resources to continue in that RPS. If you don't, like, commit too much, it goes back to neutral. Like, obviously, it's still a messed up interaction, right? Yeah. I'm not saying that they solved the problem. Nago's still very good, but it very specifically targeted the fact that Beyblade on block was a win condition.
Yeah, I mean, I think adding momentum to it as well was a neat change because now, like, it helps a little bit with, like, the situation Nago can find himself in where he's full screen away. He's full screen away and can't really do anything about it. Yeah. Not that that's really, like, a situation people really complained about as Nagoriyuki players.
Right, I mean, what matchups was that happening in? Axel? Happy Chaos?
Yeah, that was about it.
That's the list.
It would be. That's the list. You would add Bridget to that list now, but they added the momentum already, so it doesn't really matter. But so our next matchup is going to be Levity versus Hypnotik. So Levity, Hypnotik obviously took it over Docbach, like you were saying earlier, who then took it over Echoes off stream.
Yeah, also off stream, Keg took it over Starpuff. So Keg is going to play against Mozz.
Mozz, actually, yeah.
Wow, sorry Mozz, you get to run the Zato 1-2.
Yeah, I mean Zato's just popular. It's weird to say, but yeah.
Well, Zato's always been popular in Gear, right? Like, I know that, and I'm not even, like, a Gear aficionado. Like, I don't have, like, roots with the game like a lot of people do. But the thing about Zato, even on launch, you know, when Strife came out, I think, you know, you look at Zato, it's like, all right, the way this character works, the way this play style needs to be developed, like, it's going to take time to really break open the system of this character. And as time has gone on, Zato is just looks better and better and better because people are getting more comfortable using him and squeezing out everything from that character.
Yeah, I can't wait for the nerf eventually.
Okay,
it's gonna be amazing. But all right, so we got Potemkin versus Leo White Fang. Potemkin, not a character we see often here at BostonBlueBeat. Obviously, we have Docbach, who does play this character, but Hypnotik playing them now as well, coming out for the monthly.
Okay.
Nice air throw. Garuda impact, trying to keep pressure applied.
All right, Garuda, we just went for the data acquisition, just the low checks. No anti-airs, a lot of respect for the extra jumps.
Mega Fisto.
A lot of respects for throws, too. Finding the back throw as Levity tries to press the issue. A little bit too far away. The Garuda impact gets smoked by flash kick.
Yep. And now back to the wall. You gotta keep playing defensively.
Ooh, oh man.
No punish.
That was a punish.
Yeah, that was really interesting that we didn't get a punish there. Well, we got the Mega Fisto coming through into the mid-screen. Oh, that time they went for the grab attempt. Oh, and now the burst bait from Levity. Oh. Still alive. Still dead.
Ankles was crossed.
Yep. I got smoked. Alright, round start.
I love that Hypnotik is so ready for these the juggle follow-ups on these anti-air 5 and 6Ps.
I feel like you have to be a Potemkin, right? Because it's such an integral piece of the character, because outside of it, you're really not like doing a whole lot. But now,
I have to imagine that was an execution mistake. We find the back throw after the PRC forward drift coming out from Levity, who backs off. I think that was is that a bait on a YRC? You have to know that there's going to be another cross-up. Levity's never going to stay in the corner.
Oh, BRCs, but still blocks the overhead. Crushes his fist right through the projectile. Slash. Honestly, I like Potemkin. I can't play him because he's charge character, but I like watching him.
Levity is mixing him within an inch of his life right now. Back Mega Fist connects, though.
Look at that damage. Look at that damage.
Just bursts on Wake Up. A hella momentum burst. Levity wants to keep the screen position that they have. Wow! Just swings through the fireball. Doesn't give a damn.
We're unlocking achievements there. Manipulator of time.
Yo, I believe it. Man, hit him 3 frames ago.
Oh, he caught the backdash. And now it's just a one-hit game. Gets the knockdown with the hammerhead.
All right. Hypnotik, yeah, you knew a burst was going to be coming. 60 seconds left. Wow, fishing with the drop kicks. Blue RC, YRC. The Blue RC actually makes Levity able to punish the YRC on block, and Levity salvages the round and takes the first game.
Yeah, salvaged the whole game out of that interaction there. And it's tough because you have to imagine that Hip was mashing that YRC first, but BRC coming out adds the slowdown effect, means on block you get even more time to punish. Gets the guard break, gets the throw into back turn stance. Oh, huge overhead, beats out the burst.
Every single one of these bursts is getting baited. Like, Levity is so conscientious of their opponent's tendencies.
And their options, too. Oh, went for the counter, but we actually didn't see Hip push a button, interesting enough. Don't worry, Diego. It's in the VODs, and it'll be on YouTube later, on youtube.com/BostonBlueBeat. Actually, I don't know if we have the actual URL, but either way.
It'll certainly be on the YouTube. It was a good set, though. It'll be a good one to revisit.
And it may happen yet again, because they're still both alive in tonight's tournament. Mozz does have a bit of a track to get there, but it's doable.
Yep, gonna have to make it through a different Zato in the form of Keg on what will be the next match. But hey, Levity in the driver's seat, gonna be able to close out this next round.
Next game.
Yeah, that's 2 games on the board for Levity. Hypnotik was looking pretty good at the start of game 1, but Levity is just doing such a great job of dismantling Hypnotik's defensive choices.
Yeah, I mean, Levity has definitely gotten the read down in. Still a little wild here with the flash kicks, but isn't he getting hugely punished for them? Like,
oh, I like the backdash, but just too far away for the command grab to connect, and the burst is baited again.
I mean, what are you supposed to do in this situation if you're Hypnotik? You're just getting read like a picture book, in all honesty.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, you're getting read like that shit pops out. Finishing with the back turn JP, Levity bringing out the smash normals.
The multiverse normals now, Brad. Oh, nice throw tech. All right. here we go to the corner. Oh my god, gets the counter hit. There's not going to be a burst this round for Hypnotik, so there's definitely not going to be anything to read.
Hypnotik's having a really hard time. That's going to break the wall. It was immediate, too. We were just going to cash that out on block. 5D, okay.
They went to the full charge, too. All right.
Through the slide. YRC is punished again. Levity.
What's crazy about that is they were in back turn, canceled the back turn after the cross-up, and blocked the YRC. Damn. If I didn't know better, I'd say he had a Game Shark plugged in.
Right, Levity was definitely reading the inputs. Can we check if there was a USB hub? Can we make sure it's not feeding info to Levity's head?
That was actually crazy. Like, at the timing difference there, too, to be able to, like, cancel out your back turn stance into a block. I mean, like, because what are the defensive options? There's no burst, so it has to be YRC defensively or a mash.
Right, I mean, that's all really Potemkin has. The other thing is, like, there's a lot of Mega Fist, right? Like, Potemkins will try to strategically use, like, back Mega Fist and use that displacement to make it, to use it as a defensive choice. But even against that, like, Levity was just doing a great job of calling out, like, all right, this is when and how Hypnotik is going to make a defensive choice. Here's exactly how I'm going to smoke it. Every YRC, blocked and punished. Every burst, blocked and punished. Hypnotik got one round at the top.
Yep.
And then Levity was like, oh, I can just control the ground game and then bulldoze over him. What is Potemkin going to do?
Yeah, it was kind of brutal. And, I mean, one thing that I've seen a couple times now from Levity, when they have corner control, if they're in back turn stance, they'll literally just sit there and hit, like, 2K. And so you just keep getting the foot in and in and in and in and in. And they'll do it, like, 5 or 6 times. And eventually their opponent gets hit by it because they're like, I'm not going to expect 6 lows in a row.
Right. No one's just going to tap it over and over and over.
And then when they get hit by it, they immediately get full comboed off of it. And it's like, it's crazy that, like, there's just no, like, the recovery is incredibly fast. You get a combo off of it. And, like, you have to be aware that they're going to hit it that many times in order for you to, like, structure your defensive option, whether you want to, like, YRC or burst or anything like that. Because otherwise, like, you're sitting there and you're, like, down backing and you're not really, like, concerned about it. But then you get opened up and, you know, they get a field day with it.
Yeah. Yep. Opening up Keg versus Mozz, the other half of our losers quarters. The winner of this goes on to play against Levity in the 4th place match. And hey, while we're talking about opening stuff up, first I'm sure there's something going on the side that you're chuckling about, but hey, take a second while we're loading in to open up that Matcherino and make sure you can show some the players some love. Claim those codes. It's super easy. It's barely an inconvenience. You can throw a free 25 cents in the pot for these players. I mean, if you've been enjoying what you're seeing, I'm sure they enjoy getting to play for y'all, so it's a win-win, right?
No, I'm laughing at the commentary group chat.
I hadn't peeped it.
No, you already did. Well, maybe you did. You typed in it, and then they're roasting you for it. So
what? Okay, well, valid.
True facts coming out from the commentary team of Maverick and Sankola. But heading into our next matchup, it is going to be Mozz versus Keg. We literally just saw this matchup, and it wasn't great in Mozz's favor. But in all honesty, Osmosis is cracked. So I kind of expected that to happen. Yeah,
I know Keg is a little bit less experienced. So what I will say is the match that we watched Keg lose was the Eno matchup.
Yep.
And Keg was messaging me before the tournament today and literally said, do I go to the monthly or do I stay home and lab the Eno matchup?
Serious?
Specifically called out Eno and Ram. It was like, these matchups give me trouble. And specifically called that out. So for Keg to go down to an Eno at the beginning, let's see, Nago was not on the list. Let's see how confident Keg is in the Nago matchup.
Yeah, I mean, I am super curious to see how this one goes. We do get the command grab to open it up. Because the other question is, how confident is Mozz in this matchup, right? Like, they didn't look super confident against Osmosis earlier, but, I mean, that could just be a player thing.
Uh-oh.
Oh, command grab that. Yeah.
All right.
You're dead.
Oh, you didn't even need to use the bar. Okay. Oh, yeah, because the command grab takes so long and the blood rage is draining the whole time. That actually is the best thing to do. Oh, like, 2S counter hit. We don't get a whole lot off of it, but we just get the pure starter.
Like in a fighting game where there aren't like hard counters, that is probably the hardest counter in like everything. is when you see that blood pop, if you're Zato and you're not sent across the screen, you just immediately command grab them. It almost always leads to death if you've done any damage beforehand.
Yeah, so one thing that I think Keg needs to work on, oh, nice backdash through the attempted command grab, and Mozz is, okay, now Mozz is going to get to burn off a little bit of blood with these normals. That's huge because it's going to let Mozz open up the ground game again, which is why Keg immediately goes to do an oppose. But what I was going to say is, I think Keg needs to incorporate unsummon a little bit more.
Yeah, it definitely provides you with the Eddie bar necessary to keep, you know, your strings alive and open, because we're constantly seeing Keg run out.
Yeah, you had to FD that, and we didn't see him FDing the chip damage on those limbs.
It's a lot. And it's higher with blood, right? They changed that? So the more blood you have, the
and
more
it's faster, because Nago needed it.
Shut up, Brad. Look at this, 50% already gone. We're already super duper high in that blood gauge. Keg is going to do a little bit, trying to close the distance, but the backdash on the throw gives the punish opportunity over to Mozz. And what can Keg really do from this position? They do have Eddie. Their bar is about to end.
That's what I wanted to see. And so the reason I call out the unsummon, right, is because what keeps happening is Keg basically spends the whole Eddie bar to earn the hit and then has nothing behind it to follow up. I want to see the unsummon so that Keg can use Eddie to help him get in, unsummon to stagger pressure, and then resummon Eddie with a little bit of bar back.
You did see an RC command grab come out from Mozz right at the end there. And command grab's pretty good here. The Vampiric Bite, pretty solid move. Obviously gives you the blood reduction as well, so you can just spam Fukyo in your opponent's face. Oh my god! The heaviest of counter hits on that Beyblade. And now we do see Keg having to fight out from the P1 corner once again. And they just don't have an answer to the Fukyo. They should be able to 2P it though, right? Just to stay alive.
Trying to play a little bit more neutral now is Keg, but still smoked out by the 5H. Eddie struggling. Okay, 5D. That's a different style of that adjustment instead coming out from Keg. Rather than going for the unsummon, going for the 5D taps a little bit earlier to have a little bit of Eddie behind to be able to try to finish out some combos. Corner lockdown, 5D. Oh, you're dead. No, you're not dead.
You're not.
Oh, and we went for Amorphous instead of the sword.
That's one of the situations where if you have the time and you know your damage numbers, you have to know the difference between Osmosis and sword, because you would have been able to start this round with a full Eddie bar plus Oki and be able to do something off of it. Instead, you just get the Oki and no Eddie. But Nago is a beefy dude. I mean, look at those pecs. He can take a beating.
You know that guy's doing his push-ups.
That dude is doing more push-ups.
Right, unsummon before the oppose is finished. Trying to send out some drills once to get the party started.
You're starting your combo with no Eddie bar.
And that's exactly what I mean. Keg is spending the entire Eddie gauge just on navigating the neutral. Here's the thing though, now 14 seconds left on the clock. I'm low-key down for that.
Honestly, I would have liked to see sword at the end of that sequence.
Yes, I was about to say the same. If you had sword super, oh my god, double Fukyo into throw.
Tragedy has struck here for Keg. But if they had ended that last sequence there with the sword overdrive, they would have had the full Eddie meter, they would have had the frames, they would have been able to survive a bit longer. Great first bait there. Doesn't get the biggest punish in the world, but I think...
So there is a different route that Zato can go for. You can do close slash jump cancels with JD and do some tricky stuff there. It's still probably not going to last long enough to get you Eddie back.
So again, using Osmosis to close it. They had Eddie bar, but...
Reversal super comes out from Mozz.
Not the end of the world.
Yeah, and we've still got a life lead here. Does Keg. Wow, that was a really close 5H. Taking the turn back with the 2S. Eddie is back. We're close enough right into the command grab.
With the tension,
call. Yeah.
We could get RC. They should be able to close it out here if they can get the combo.
Yep. That's another spot where I think in that range you could have gone for, and this is just like if you want to squeeze more damage out of it, you get the close slash jump cancel loop so you get people at that height.
Oh, okay. Catches the backdash with the pierce though.
Oh, just shy of the Latif confirmed.
Yeah, and there's that Beyblade Fukyo backdash that we've been talking about a lot. The chat was talking about too. Oh, trying to get tricky with it.
Yeah, I think that was supposed to be like an instant float.
Oh, okay.
And just,
into like jump D.
Drop the input. Okay.
No, he does it again. That has to be for a reason.
Oh, maybe it's a burst bait.
I don't know.
Well, like,
we can ask him later because it is an interesting decision. I feel because you're now off the ground. Eddie's probably not doing a whole lot. You're dead. Red RC. Burst is available, but
oh, bursts right at the end. So what's funny is if you had like omitted the 2S and just gone right into 2H, it might have connected. But hey, 2P match closes it out. We got a game on the board for Keg. 1 game apiece.
Yeah, so I wonder if this is just a bad matchup for Mozz, if they're not super comfortable against Zato. Because, I mean, yeah, they took game 1 pretty convincingly, but there was a lot going on in that game 2 that I feel like you should be prepared for as a Nago player.
Yeah, I think Zato can fight the matchup. If you, like, Zato has a really strong neutral game, and from full screen, off of Eddie, like we've been seeing, he can get in behind it. Jesus, what was that?
That was Fukio backwards canceled by the BRC.
My man slid to the left, then slid to the right.
He's doing the time warp. All right, we get the sword normal. I do like that to keep the pressure applied. YRC kills Eddie, but the backdash to dodge the grab is so smart.
Yep, we've got Eddie in play, has to burn the burst immediately, but I love that Keg is still being active with buttons and keeping Mozz from being able to make anything happen. No, Fukio forwarded to throw keeps happening. Not checking Fukio.
It's a fast dash, but you gotta be ready for the 2P. That's another tool that like Zato we saw utilized very well at Evo, but we haven't seen a whole lot of it from Keg because I mean it is honestly an amazing button.
Yeah, no, his 2P is great. It's like I feel like so much of for Keg, right? We're either seeing the full screen neutral that translates into stuff, or we're seeing range 0 and getting a lot of respect defensively coming out from Keg.
Yeah.
Eddie gone once again.
Waiting for that to charge up. Oh, there's that Fukio BRC again. I was expecting a grab, but that counter hit is going to be chunky. It's going to hurt. Jump D, or jump slash, whatever that one is. Sets up the Eddie. Pressure applied.
Nice. Command grab at the end. We get full Eddie off rip. 5H, that's meaty after the command grab. 5D TIG, no burst to come out.
And they go with the sword norm.
Oh, he was late, or was it a standing reset?
I think it was late.
It was probably late, but you've got advantageous position off the wall splat. You can kill on 1 touch. Do this fast before Mozz gets burst back.
Oh, 6P just randomly connecting. It does get burst back though. So now both players have burst.
Command grab or throw are like the ideal thing for you to do here.
Or just dust, honestly.
That works too.
Oh,
no, it just barely doesn't.
It just whiffs.
6K, no one uses that normal.
That's slow.
That's why no one uses it.
I mean, I've seen it a handful of times, but never in that situation. Surprised we didn't get a mash from Mozz. They might have thought it was a dust, but you can interrupt dust too. So
Zato 6K is some you must be truly desperate to come to me for help energy.
Oh, early burst. This is not looking great here for Keg. This would be the the 2-1 lead now for Mozz.
Yeah, Fukio throw is the money choice coming out from Mozz so far.
Oh, so that weird Beyblade combo or fidget spinner combo?
It was supposed to be
instant overhead.
Instant overhead stuff, but it wasn't working.
Okay. All right, so great round start coming in from Keg this time. They definitely have some momentum coming in behind them.
Oh no! Went for that's a frog extension combo, but it was Pierce in play, so Keg drops the combo. Eddie back on the table.
Dust finally blocked there from Mozz. This is the second one in the combo. Oh.
And the second time now, Pierce comes out instead of Leap. So when Keg goes for the extension, the timing is off because they're used to extending off of Leap.
Man, look at the damage that comes out of Nagoriyuki. This character is something else. I would like to see a burst come out. Oh.
Okay. Counter hit, far slash, a little bit too far away, but that's fine. Even still has Eddie in the back with one more Pierce, but we didn't need it because that was at a range where I would have comboed into drill.
Oh, nice backdash on the grab as well. Empire touch, not today. 6 feet away, you demon. Gets the command grab.
5H into Eddie. Gold burst comes out from Mozz.
That could be problematic here for Keg because that tension means a lot to Nagoriyuki.
Oh, or it could be 2 YRCs if Keg gets in the driver's seat at any point. There's those 2Ps we want to see.
Oh,
That's such
back
an
throw?
obvious back throw that Mozz wasn't ready for. But
YRC?
there's that YRC. Look at that. Eddie nullified.
Oh, but
YRC.
it's counter gold burst, Brad. That's great here for Keg. They can now do sword normal at the end of their sequence. They can RC. Sword. Yeah.
Yep. Gets the wall break. We're going to have Eddie super and round start position. This is pretty good. Just play some solid nooch. YRC.
Yeah, but it canceled out the Eddie. You saw with the 5H there that he was really expecting movement.
Oh
coming
my
in from
god,
Nago.
got that back throw off -3. So much respect from Keg. YRC from Keg this time now.
Set up the
Playing
pose.
so passively, so afraid.
I don't blame him. I'm also afraid of the good Nago players. All right, Pierce forward. Oh, that's a command grab, but oh my god. We've all heard of NA resets. That was an NA command grab.
I mean, you can, it's fine. Eddie was in the back.
Ooh, oh my god.
I know if nobody got me, my homie Eddie got me.
My stand Eddie got me.
My shadow.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We take those, I guess.
Right, gold bursts from Mozz, 2 games apiece.
And
Mozz's blood gauge is pretty
my
high
God.
right now.
Did that drill just hit the tip of the sword and send him flying? I think
It
it
looked
did.
like it did.
That's crazy. But yeah, I mean, now we're back to the P2 corner. Mozz fighting his way out of the corner. Big damage on the board.
Yeah, we just take those. We don't want to burn the burst. Oh, YRC there.
I like it. I do like it because it has been helpful.
Oh, that was another, we knew it was command grab, so I would have loved to see a back throw a little bit earlier in that block string.
Yep. Eddie was not there for the homie that time, but we got the 2H.
Fukio throw. At this point, it's a garnish.
True. Yeah, I mean,
Mozz dropping it on everything.
5K. Look at how much damage the throw does, honestly. Oh my god.
Yeah, I wonder if that was a throw tech attempt that was coming out from Kang that got smoked by the counter hit close slash. Mozz sitting so pretty right now, a little bit too far away for the follow-up. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Gets sent full screen. Any hit kills because, we're going to have the baseball bat super confirm after. That is a pretty big equalizer, though, but the command grab is going to close it out. Keg was not ready for that last-second intensity coming out from Mozz.
Yeah, he completely changed up his playstyle for that last game there. We went from, relatively passive, worrying about a lot of Zato things, Mozz, into, I don't care, I'm going to press buttons, Mozz. And clearly it worked out for him because there were so many counter hits that game.
Yeah.
It forced out a lot of defensive utility early on. We had the YRC and then we had the burst right afterwards. But it didn't matter because even on the YRC, like you said, he probably tried to throw tech and he got counter hit by the close slash.
Yeah, I think for me the thing with Keg there was I wish we had seen a little bit more conscientious Eddie management. We saw signs of it in those middle games that Keg was winning.
Yep.
Where they were a little bit more unsummoned, a little bit more cleverness in the way we used it. But I think by the time we got back to that game 5, it seemed like we had circled back around, and I felt like Keg was floundering a little bit. And, Mozz was doing a pretty good job of using every defensive resource they had and picking spots to burst in YRC, specifically to call out when Keg was trying to utilize Eddie.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's what using those defensive resources against Zato is so important because it does more than just reset neutral if you use it properly, right? It also removes from them the opportunity to use their shadow. But what we're not going to remove from you is net play tournaments. I know we're back offline for some of our stuff, but hey, we got some online stuff. More than that, we got ranking tournament battle series. Burst Limit coming at you from BostonBlueBeat starts this Monday. That is 2 days from now, August 15th, going to run through until October 3rd. The 8 qualifying players with the most points earned through this tournament series are invited to the finale on October 15th. That is Mondays at 8 p.m. for BlazBlue CF. Nobody was happier in the world that BlazBlue got rollback than BostonBlueBeat.
Oh, 100%. And that's not all the online action we have for you coming up today, or this week, actually, excuse me. Next Saturday, August 20th, we do also have our BostonBlueBeat online event. We're going to be running Guilty Gear Plus R online, another game that has been given life again by Rollback Universe. That is, again, next Saturday, 5 p.m. EST. Be sure to follow us on BostonBlueBeat Twitter so you can go ahead and sign up for that. And, I mean, that's a game where a lot of the characters that aren't either in Strive or aren't good in Strive can thrive.
Yeah, I mean, if maybe you're one of those those poor Anji players that are just like, man, you know, I just really wish. I miss old Fujin. We got old Fujin at home.
It is at home, too, because that's where you get to play online tournaments.
Yeah, but if you really love offline tournaments and you missed this one, we do also have the next offline monthly from BostonBlueBeat is scheduled for September 10th. That is the week after East Coast Throwdown. So, hey, maybe you want to overstay your welcome up here in New England. Maybe you come through to Stamford, Connecticut, you play some ECT, and then you're like, hey, I got some homies up here. I made some friends. Maybe I'll play a little bit, and then show up on Saturday for the monthly. Maybe you don't. Maybe you just live around here. Who knows? I'm just vamping. What I do know is we're going to have Exerd, Strive, BBCF, Melty, and Dragon Ball Fighters at the monthly on September 10th. And yeah, as Doc said, keep it locked and loaded to the BostonBlueBeat Twitter so you can be up to date on all the comings and goings of BostonBlueBeat tournament action.
Yeah. And we got plenty more tournament here today. We are running through our Guilty Gear Strive top 8 at the moment.
Top 4 now.
Top 4 now, yeah. And we do also have our Blaze Blue Central Fiction tournament later on today on the same stream.
Yep.
So there's still plenty of fighting game action. And if you're in the building, which I don't think we actually have the house speakers on, so they can't hear me. But if you're in the building, you can still support the homies on stream, just like those of you at home by doing !Matcherino in the chat. And go ahead on using those claim codes. All you got to do is sign in, click claim code, and it's free money to today's players. And honestly, after EVO, some of these players need to recoup some costs.
Yeah. Vegas will bleed you dry. The number of people that I bumped into on the casino floors, it's like, oh, how are you doing? They're like, I'm down $300. It's like, why are you still at the table?
You got to win it back. The only person I know...
I hit one slot. I sat down after Friday. I put $20 in a slot. I won $60, and I was like, cool. I'm drinking with Mandalay Bay's money for the rest of the weekend.
That's a good thing. Bunch also won money. Just put $100 on roulette, won, rebet on black, won again, and walked away. So good for him too. Li Joe, I know, did the same exact thing, but when I left on Sunday, he was still at a table. So I don't know how he ended up.
See, when I bumped into Joe, I don't remember if it was Saturday or Sunday. But he was talking about, he's like, you know, it used to be that I would go to the tables and not leave. And he's like, but today, I'm only going once. And I think this was before he must have sat down.
Yeah.
So clearly, he let himself have his one at the end of the weekend. But Joe was a busy man. Joe was a busy man this weekend.
Very busy.
Rocking house mic for the whole event.
Honestly, everybody was busy. It's EVO. You're always busy at EVO. Unless you're a player. Then you get to relax.
I don't know. Hey, I played. Did you end up going to your pool?
No, I stayed at your pool instead.
Oh, yeah. You talked so much crap.
Yeah.
I felt...
They were free.
I mean, like, some of them. But,
also,
you know.
We saw Jet Set on this week for Street Fighter at Casa 2.
Oh.
And so we spent their whole match roasting them because they only went 1 and 2.
Oh.
And it was like, we were like, you let Brad do better than you? Commentator Brad did better than you? You flew 3,000 miles to go 1 and 2?
It'd be like that.
It do be. I mean, it's EVO. It's a huge tournament.
I was having a hot day Friday. I was having a good at EVO Friday. I was having a good day.
Yeah, I mean, it's EVO, right?
I played some net play last night. I was not having a good day. Last night was not a good day for me. Let's see whether this is going to be a good day for Mozz or Levity, hitting you with the losers semis first. Don't worry, winners finals is going to be coming. That is going to be Osmosis versus Kenny. They just want to give that one a little bit of lead time. But Levity versus Mozz to open up 4th place.
Oh.
Wow. Levity is playing so far back.
He just got curb stomped into oblivion too. Now here comes the Vampire Bite.
Jesus
What was
Christ.
that? Was that an air normal?
That was one hop this time.
Apparently. I've never seen that.
So that was JK. It was
like instant air JK?
Yo, so yeah, off of the Blue RC.
That's insane. I've literally never seen that before. I don't think Levity has seen that before too, because he just got annihilated by it.
I mean, Nago is such like so much of what you fear from Nago is as a mid dispenser. Nice chase down, catching the Fukio back. Held that guard stance just a second, but not long enough.
I think that's actually a pretty good option in this matchup as well. It does get you an extra second of walk-in And honestly, if Nago's ready to push buttons, then you can just block that and punish too. But one thing that I think Levity has to be really careful in this set that they haven't really been so far is watch out on the flash kicks. Because this is not a matchup where you can let those go freely like earlier today.
Yeah, well, I mean, one thing that's been good is you can see that Mozz is already doing a great job at nullifying that flash kick. 6-speed, yo, Mozz just waiting. Fukio back in the corner. Wow, didn't want to press the issue because so worried about that flash kick like you were just speaking of. Corners themselves, but that extra 2K. Mozz was definitely ready for the Berserker slash cross up to seal corner position.
I mean, who hits that button 6 times every time? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. But another errant flash kick means they're going all the way to the wall.
Nah,
Forces
the burst.
Crazy.
5H does not trade with the fireball.
I think he's pushing. Yep. Counter into the super as well. Oh, now we got cams on to watch the defeat in their face.
Oh my god, DP again.
That's how it actually works. All right, they unturn so they can go for the throw attempt, but it does get hacked. Right, RC, keeping pressure applied, keep headbutting the man in the mask.
Yo, heavy is the head that wears the crown. You want to see?
Not really.
Neither did Mozz, but he still ate it.
You know who else headbutts people? Chaos. His 6P just headbutts you.
That's a good point.
All right, back turn in effect. 7 more 2Ks. Gonna work out this time.
Ooh, the ankles is breaking.
Snap.
Overdrive gets the wall break. That is the very slight life lead for Levity.
Why is this character so tanky?
Empty jump throw.
Why is this character so tanky?
Nago?
Yeah.
He's literally bolstering his life with yours.
Hey, I know.
My man's a vampire. What about Leo? You think Leo coats his blades in garlic?
He should. He's a king. He's got the money. It's not a money issue. And
Leo's super doesn't beam you with sunlight.
True. That's more of like an orbital laser type thing. Bro, when are they adding Blade to Guilty Gear Strive?
When are they adding Blade? The crossover character? Oh my god, that would actually be the dopest thing.
Wouldn't that be Nago though? Because he was a Daywalker.
Is Nago a Daywalker?
The sun's out. He's chilling.
Maybe that's some vampire lore in the...
Somebody asked Daisuke. Alright, we get the back throw. Oh, challenging with the 5K and it... OTG OD damage. So now, round start again with the DP. Again with the punish. And look at this. Lots of damage coming through. Oh, you're going to 2D? Nah, you're going to eat this damage. Goes into the overdrive as well. Gonna break the wall. Bad start here for Levity.
Yeah, I mean, Mozz is a really good player, right? They're gonna make those adjustments, but that backdash through the command grab. Now your ankles is gonna break again. No, the reversal through.
False.
Are we gonna block in time?
No, we are not. You are still mid-air pressing buttons. Doesn't kill though. Still got a pixel left. Oh, double clone? That's crazy. Crazy. So 1-1 apiece. I actually forgot that Levity won that first game. That's on me. Gold first commentator brain. Oh no. Tried to 2D in the air and just gets counter hit by the close slash. Forces out the burst early on though. Is gold edition this time, so lots of tension.
2K 2D connects. Wow, 5D tap had the bar behind it to get a little bit more damage and corner carry out of it. 6H's into 6H's. Levity wants to press out, but that's easier said than done. 5D tap again. So much of that life was 5D taps.
I mean, how are you going to block high when you're not?
That's anti-profound.
How are you going to block high when you're blocking mid?
6H gets the wall break.
Look at the health.
Oh my god,
advantage.
the 2K check there too. Mozz is starting to be really mindful of how Levity is staggering their strings and is counter-poking very effectively.
Oh, double counter, and we still don't get a button out from Mozz. Oh, please tell me that's guarded.
Overdrive.
Yes!
Oh my god, it was parried right into the overdrive coming out of Levity this time. Wall
I love
break.
it. I love it, I love it, I love it. And now, look at that, the BRC back. Oh, smart defense coming from Levity.
Who then backs right off. Levity does have burst available. Has to burn it because they don't want to lose out on the set. Cross up, another cross up, never answered. Nobody is ready for the reverse double cross up.
Not only that, he did the 2K 7 times, pushed himself too far away, whiffed one completely, and then still went for the overhead and it worked. The madman. The absolute madman.
Flash kick coming out. Mozz is not being cognizant of the flash kick. Burst comes out, resets back to neutral. 2K 2D check. Close slash catches the backdash.
Ooh, you can't be doing that. Cannot be doing that.
All right. Didn't spend the bar, has to spend BRC for the good Oki.
Are you dead?
Yeah. That's a game on the board for Mozz, 2-1.
Ooh. I wonder what they were pressing there, right? Because we saw the BRC forward in from Mozz, BRC back from Levity, and then they still got hit by the Beyblade.
Oh, nice shimmy. And baits the burst. Levity is so good at that today.
Yeah, it has been one of the defining features of their play. The other one has been obviously the flash kicks, but I like that, kind of. I get so nervous when they do stuff like that because unless you get the hit and apply the pressure, it almost feels like it was wasted. Especially when you're playing against a Nagoriyuki who can just delete your health bar if they so choose.
See, but I'm okay with it because, like, just maintaining the corner position and the pressure is already something. But that being said, in the extension of this sequence, we have been able to push all the way back. Is it going to be another cross-up? No, just some...
Bro!
Just some 2K checks.
Why? Block!
It's an 18-frame overhead.
Yeah! That's crazy. Wait, so if that's 18 frames, how long is the guard break one?
Let me double check. That is assuming that I read this right. Yeah. Back turn overhead, 18 frame startup. Back turn guard break, 29 frames.
Oh, okay. Oh my god, another burst bait! Oh, I'm sorry you didn't see that, Brad. You were looking. I was asking about data, but
yeah, I was checking the notes.
That's, oh my god.
But Levity's committed it to memory.
I mean, you have to, right?
Levity's a fan of OG Chain of Memories, Axel. Yeah, that's right. I made a Kingdom Hearts reference.
Listen, Axel.
Sora for Guilty Gear Strive.
Hey, I said it for Street Fighter 6.
Sora for Street Fighter?
Yeah, you don't remember that?
No, I don't remember that.
We were downstairs at Evo and I said it.
Oh yeah. Right, 5H, the tier 2 blood god. It goes so far.
Honestly, Sora would fit in so well in Strive. That dude wears so many belts.
That's a good point. There's mad belts.
Oh, the PRC 6P covers the jump down, and now look at this. We're back turned. We're front turned. We're going to get a back turn again in just a second. Oh.
No, we're not going to be able to kill, but it's one more touch from Mozz.
Is this going to be another Game 5 Mozz power-up where he just levels up his gameplay and smokes his opponent?
Oh, the baits the DP with the back Fukio, and it is set point for Mozz to go up to the losers finals.
Oopsie. Oh, and then a round start, 2D. Oh, Vampiric Touch early on in the round.
Yeah, so that means you can go a little bit buck wild, but we didn't see it.
Well, the buff only lasts until your meter's empty, right? I believe so. That's how it works.
You're better doing it later on.
A little bit later. I mean, it still puts it in their mind, right? Because it does decent damage, and now you're still aware that your opponent has to be, cognizant that you have a command grab. But we get the back turn stance. Oh, nice throw. Oh, it's gonna hurt. Not dead.
Close slash for the wall break. Mozz can kill on the right hit. Oh my god, got the back throw. That was Mozz's chase down. 5D tap, DP through from Levity. Reversal super.
I think he
Is he going to pass through?
Yeah.
He did pass through PRC.
Oh!
Mozz stole 2 back throws. 2 throws in that set that were Levity's. Mozz was like, I like this. I think I'll take it.
Actual madness. Actual madness. Because the dodge on the overdrive was sick enough, but then to still get the grab afterwards.
Damn.
The thing is that on that one, I don't think Levity was looking for the grab. I think he wanted a full damage punish. But either way.
Yeah, needed the damage.
Yeah, I mean, the damage was so crucial.
Let me tell y'all something real quick. He's about to be the 2 best commentators on the East Coast in a couple of months. Give him a couple of months. They're going to be straight fired.
That's crazy that you think we're not already.
Damn.
Yo, I trust you.
That's disrespectful. Our own scene is disrespecting us. That's crazy. Oh.
So I do want to say, like, this is not a great top 3 for Kenny to be in.
No, it's easily his least favorite.
Because he's like, if he doesn't beat Osmosis now, he then has to play Mozz, which is the classic problem matchup for Kenny.
You know what I want to see?
Tell me what you want to see.
I want to see Kenny beat Osmosis and then Mozz beat Osmosis, so that we can
Kenny Mozz grands.
So we can potentially get a best of 10 between the two of them. I think that could be fun, unless it's just a complete wash from Mozz, in which case
that would be a very long set to watch. Nago Gold Lewis.
It would, but like that's kind of sick, don't you think?
10 games of Nago Gold Lewis, man.
I mean, I like watching Gold Lewis play, and Nago's kind of fun to watch play too, personally.
Only kinda.
Only kind of. Just because he almost has like, no, I don't want to say that. I was gonna say he almost has Abigail syndrome for me, but like his combos are way cooler.
Yeah, I don't think that there's a character that I have had as much distaste to watch as when Abigail was top tier.
Even now that he's not great, I don't like watching him. We watched Mad Gear this week, and I was like, bah.
Nah, I love watching Mad Gear.
He wasn't using Tire, though. I like Tire better.
Getting ready for that winners finals. We got a second, so we can once again ask you to go and show some love to the Matcherino. These players are fighting it out for your entertainment and to try to get a little bit of some dinner dollars in their pocket. You can help those dinner dollars, get them an extra onion ring or whatever side they're looking for. You can just go and claim those codes on the Matcherino for a free 25 cents into the pot. It costs you nothing. It costs Matcherino something, but that money's coming from air, so who cares? They finally achieved alchemy.
And they honestly already wrote it off already, chat, right? Like, they gave you the 50 codes to use. That means they already took it out of their budget. They took that away from some other tournament.
Their taxes are filed. That's already on there. It's on the W-2.
Aren't they based out of Canada?
You think Canada doesn't file taxes? I guess they don't have to file them because the government just does it.
Yeah.
Yet another thing that we could borrow. Solutions to problems that we just pretend aren't problems. Anyway, into the winners finals. Osmosis versus Ken.
Brad and Butter. I hate that. I hate Zero again. Oh man, went for the jump lobster. Gets the burst out of him though. Hold my coffin for me.
I'm stuck on the jump lobster.
What? It looks like a lobster.
Like, I guess.
Oh, huge counter hit from the Behemoth Typhoon. You can see the FD just bleeding dry here from Osmosis.
Oh my god. Did that PRC actually cancel the Behemoth Typhoon before it connected? So it turned into a little stagger for Kenny? That was a nice call.
Sipoyo. Technically, you don't have to pay taxes if you don't make any money. So if you're just an O2er, you don't have to pay taxes on that. Actually, I wonder if you can use that as a write-off.
Wow, okay, Drunkard Shade, we still have Eddie on deck. Oh, we thought that we were going to have enough time for the opposed to connect and combo off the close slash, but we did not. JS from Kenny closes out the first round.
Yep, and now, look at this. Gets the frog from super far away. Oh, he actually gets a full combo after that? Disgusting. Disgusting. I hate this character. Oh, Behemoth Typhoon on round start. Not going to go to anything, but look at this. Now we're back against the wall. Osmosis applying a ton of pressure. Gets the jump dust combo as well.
Kenny rocks the burst. All right, Amorphous just for plus frames, or is that? No, it's not going to punish the drone. It's in fact, it's going to nullify the drone.
Okay.
And gives us some plus frames. We get the kill off of this. Yeah, we have another Amorphous on deck. Wow, Zato builds so much bar.
Yeah, especially with that positive bonus. I am surprised by the drone cancellation, though. I guess I just ate the drone, literally. So
we're going to need a bigger boat.
That's good for Zato players. Look at this connection is absurd. It's literally farther than full screen, and he still gets a full conversion into a wall break out of it.
All right, just backing off from the drone, doesn't want to deal with it. The drone does go away eventually. 5P red RC, we get the follow-up. Oh, no unsummon. I thought there was going to be an unsummon.
Gets the burst out of Kenny once again. That's like the third burst of this game, I feel like. Oh, ducks under the drone? I love that. And then the 6P, I think he went too far. I think he wanted the wall there.
Right, yeah, Kenny turned himself into the homing missile with the blue RC off of the air Behemoth Typhoon. Still has the drone behind him. The drone does get nullified. JS and a Behemoth Typhoon again, but the 2S, the check coming out from Osmosis slows down Kenny just enough in the first game on the board for Kenny.
Osmosis,
Or for Osmosis, I'm sorry.
Osmosis is so good. Like, it's honestly crazy watching him play. But double oppose there does cancel out whatever's going on from Kenny's side. Jumps forward, gets the back throw.
That's unfortunate that it turned into a back throw there.
But it worked out in the end because they do get the pickup with the drone. And then they're bashing. They're the spirit of a party right now.
Yep. That was a great round from Kenny. That was exactly what you needed. That was the turnaround that we were asking for.
Yeah, I mean that's the pressure that you have to like maintain against Zato though. Like at no point can you just let that up. And I do like the minigun, but as we head into danger zone here for Kenny, the minigun is less prevalent, right? Because it earlier was used to kill Eddie, but if Osmosis isn't sending out Eddie for free, the minigun doesn't do anything, and it's just costing you your security meter.
All right. Spending the resources. Yep, that's the jump cancel route that I wanted to see. Gets the sword
Air
super
sword?
for, I don't know if the air part matters. But no, gets the sword for the wall break. We get Eddie in the back. Gets the combo off of a pose. Didn't get the wall splat, so we're not getting much else out of it. Eddie is back now, so you have to hold all this. Where's the YRC? When is it going to come? Oh my god. That command grab snaked out of nowhere.
And then with the command grab, you get the red RC, you get the finish up, and yeah, there was just no YRC. It didn't exist.
I mean, you have to be particular about where you spend it, right? Because it can be called out. You have to pick it in the right spot.
Right.
So it's not like you can just do it, but I figured it was going to have to happen eventually. But even Typhoon, that one hit hella meaty, but the throw tech comes out from Osmosis. Kenny's pressure stalled.
Are we going through the wall? No, not yet this time. Eddie Bar charging back up the PRC. Oh.
I love that 5P check coming out from Kenny, not letting Osmosis start the party. And the JS party starters, once again, Meaty Behemoth Typhoon, nothing comes of it. Air one after, my man's just swinging the coffin. Game on the board for Kenny, one apiece.
Just whipping that thing around. It's full of gay pride and trans rights, and it's going to hit you with it. Oh, 6P's the frog, too.
That was great. And, oh my god, the burst came out in the middle of that sequence somewhere and whiffed entirely, so
yeah, you're not getting that back.
Yeah, Osmosis on a really unfortunate back foot now at the start of this game 3.
Oh no, that's a huge counter hit. No burst. It's going to hurt. A pixel. A magic pixel.
And we have the drones, so we I-80 back. Oh my god. Got hungry for the minigun, wanted to just chip them out or force all the meter away with the FD. But here's the thing, you can't give Zato this chance.
Yeah.
Okay, 2P.
2P. I think the minigun there was expecting a pierce, potentially.
Maybe.
But between the oppose and the frog, it was really the antithesis of what they were trying to beat with the minigun. Oppose on the floor, lobster.
Oh, counter hit 6H, but no follow-up after. You can combo, even off of regular hit. I think you can get a combo off of 6H, but Osmosis was just playing for the mix-up after.
Yep. Now pushing buttons, waiting for the Eddie bar to come back. 6P's him back into the corner. Gets the pierce, frog, overhead. The jump dust, gravity change makes that possible. Just barely not enough meter for the overdrive there.
That's fine. We're going to get it. Yeah, I was going to say it's going to be drill immediately into RC. The drone keeps him safe. The drone actually earns Kenny some plus frames. Smoked by the low Behemoth Typhoon. We get a pickup. The low again. Do I see 3? I did.
Yeah, you did. What sucks
it was
about
a different
all
one, but
is if Osmosis had started the round with jump throw, probably would have avoided all of this. FD. Oh, he FD'd him so far. What's tragic about that is the FD pushed Kenny so far away that the Behemoth Typhoon actually whiffed, and it gave Osmosis a false sense of security to push a button, which was then punished. So that's 2 on the board now for Kenny.
Right. How is Osmosis going to deal with what's been happening? Kenny is just playing the ground game a lot more solidly here.
Oh.
And the air approach is something that Osmosis isn't really having a great answer for, too. I mean, it's the same thing. I talked about it with the Kenny version of this matchup, right? I want to see, like, that Kenny's approach is being very aerial. I want to see a little bit more presence of mind about how you control the air as Zato in this matchup.
Yeah, I mean, his air tools are really good, actually. And Gold Lewis is another character, much like Nagoriyuki, that they just don't exist, really.
Gets the block, but no punish because we're pushed a little bit too far away because it was it hit airborne.
Yep. So forced to block all of that. The drone explosion still connects, and now you're either forced to FD or hold this chip. Look at that. That tension bar is gonzo.
No resources left to play with.
Nope. They last second tried to challenge, and they got hit by the overhead. And that was the done deal at that point. So this is match point now, set point now for Kenny, where command grab early on. I like it, representing it once again.
Well, the command grab actually connected because the leap whiffed over the top. Okay, a second command grab.
Are we
I
gonna
see you,
see a
Osmosis.
third?
Oh, I love the rule of threes.
Are we going to see a fourth? We did.
No, that was a close slash.
Was it? Oh, okay. I was like, I saw the hand go up, and I thought it was a grab. But forced to block everything. YRC's in the air, actually.
But low into the regular throw. Kenny in a dominant position that is going to kill with the drone. Kenny takes winners finals, moves on to grands, and hey, this is the best position that Kenny could have hoped for because now somebody else gets to play Mozz before him.
Is the bracket right? Bracket? Okay, bracket is wrong.
Yeah.
Like,
we just looked over at the bracket and it had Levity over Mozz, but no, Mozz did take it. So, Mozz versus Osmosis.
Shut up, Brickish.
Jesus.
You are not out here. You're sitting at home in your PJs. But yeah, so no, you're right. This is potentially somebody else knocking out Mozz, and not just somebody else. It's somebody that already beat him 3-0.
Yep.
Because that was the match to
was
get into winners finals.
Yeah, well, so let's see whether Mozz has had any opportunity to think about the Nago matchup, but I don't know when you would have had the chance to do that.
And well, I mean, I think this is actually really good for Osmosis too, because they get a warm-up match here of the losers finals, playing against Mozz, who they already beat, and then they get a full 2 potential sets against Kenny.
Was that on camera? Was my hand in the shot for that? Hold on. We need to see.
No,
okay.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Good. The world doesn't get to see that.
You got mixed by a child?
Yeah.
My Gurren Lagann tattoo. A favorite of many.
Kenny loves to walk over and like watch the sets with the commentators every time.
He's all right, so we are waiting probably for somebody to finish up a different tournament match. I'm actually not sure what tournaments we have here today besides the 3 stream games.
There's probably. I mean, they have 2 Sailor Moon setups over there, so I know there was a Super Sailor Moon tournament.
I forgot about the Super Sailor Moon. I'm sure there's a Plus R or something.
Maybe. I see Melty over there, but it looks like someone's just in training mode.
Yeah, I downloaded so many fighting games this week, and I'm just like, wait a minute, I don't really have time to play any of these. I downloaded Type Lumina. I downloaded Multiverses. I downloaded what was the other one I downloaded? I don't remember. They were all super cheap.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Steam sale.
Half the reason that I'm streaming now is like just to be like, oh, cool. An excuse to actually play a fighting game.
I can play video games again.
Except the problem is it lets everybody know how bad I am.
Yeah, that's fine. It shows that you're willing to improve.
Well, that's all any of us like really want to strive for, right? Like it's all iterative improvement.
Yep, MVCI was the other one.
MVCI is a great game.
Promo slides. Shout outs to production. So we do have a couple.
The 4th wall is gone.
Yeah. We do have obviously Burst Limit. It is our upcoming ranked battle online series. It is starting this coming Monday, literally in less than 48 hours. Actually, yeah, literally in less than 48 hours. Sort of, kind of. Mondays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It is going to be for BlazBlue Central Fiction. At the end of the weeklies, August 15th to August 3rd, the winners there, the top 8, will have an invitation to the finale there on October 15th. And so that is the next couple weeks starting this coming Monday. Be sure to follow along at BostonBlueBeat on Twitter and on Twitch so that you can either keep up with the tournament and keep up with the standings, or if you're interested in that, enter to play the game.
We've also got the regularly scheduled Boston Blue Beat online monthly, hitting you with the plus R, because we love rollback anime games here at Boston Blue Beat. Saturday, August 20th. That is going to be at 5 p.m. Eastern. I am sure those brackets are already online for you to go and register if you feel like playing some plus R. And yeah, once again, obviously keep it locked and loaded to Boston Blue Beat on Twitch and Twitter, and you will be able to stay up to date on all the things, because sometimes they could tell you before we can.
Yeah, I mean, they'll definitely let you know about any of the new events they're coming on after the success of Boston Blue Beat Extend and Beach episode.
Yeah.
I am also waiting with bated breath what Spencer's next mind concoction is up. I'm sure you'll know before I do.
I don't know anything yet.
Yet.
I just hope that something exists.
Something is definitely belting around in the brain. I've sadly had to miss both of them.
I missed the first one.
Yeah.
I got COVID for the first one. For the second one, I tortured myself, and literally within 12 hours of getting back from being in Florida for a week and a half, I dragged my ass down to Boston to commentate DNF.
Yes. Which, again, we already had that game today. It was a ton of fun. We ran that round robin. And so now we are heading into our losers finals match, Osmosis versus Mozz. Again, this was already 3-0 in favor of Mozz.
Yeah, in favor of Osmosis.
Osmosis. Yeah.
And you had mentioned that earlier, and it looks like this is already pretty dominant for Osmosis, but I have to assume that JH was not intended to be a regular jump. Wow, that 5H smoked the hell out of Eddie.
Eddie said, not today. I don't want to play this game. But back against the wall. The Pierce actually connects down low, and now this is going to hurt. Goes through the wall, gets the positive bonus, gets the Oki. And as Eddie, you're going to go Pierce. That's what you do. Eddie loves to Pierce people. And so now, breaks away, pushes some buttons.
Yeah, that was another spot where it was a smart YRC coming out from Mozz. But these 5H snipes, I mean, that's the thing. Once Nago gets to that higher level of blood gauge, it's so much harder for Zato to just play the ground game, because as soon as you summon Eddie, Nago can just swing 5H and trade with Eddie and just nullify it from being on the board at all.
Yeah, but then we're already seeing the nemesis of Mozz come out. It's that 5D in the middle of a combo that he just doesn't seem to have an answer for. And it's odd, because if you've played against a Zato player, you know that 5D is coming.
Yeah, I mean, it's always going to happen, right? That's the mix. You do 5D versus 2D, and like you can vary the timing up so that it's harder to fuzzy block.
Here it goes.
There it is.
Gets the burst. And I like that, because the first time we saw these two players, Mozz didn't want to burst. Like, at all. So, I do like that that's come out. We do get the danger bonus.
Oh my god, even placed that 2S exactly as the oppose was gone. Wow, Blue RC forward drift gets smoked by the 2H. Osmosis has a hardy life lead here. Goes for the empty load, nothing comes out. Drunkard Shade doesn't even connect on block, but the drill does after we go back and reset a little bit. First game on the board for Osmosis.
Absolute Mendem, as we are seeing, once again, Osmosis is kind of cracked. So, Fukio forward for the regular throw. Gets the Vampiric touch as well. Again.
Oh my god.
One more. Close flash.
There's a third one. We're counting it 5D tap right into the 6H. That's a clean round if I've ever seen one. That's as clean as it damn well can be. Ending that round with a perfect there is Mozz.
That's kind of disrespectful to just grab that man that many times.
Oh, that was a nice burst there. Ends up stealing the corner position out of it accordingly. Has to burn the burst, does Mozz, in order to try to reset back to neutral.
But is there really neutral against Zato? Look at that. Command grabs right before the frog. Does it again. Oh my god. One more. Are we going to get the rule of 3, Brad?
Nope. Meaty 5S.
Lobster. Triple overhead. We'll get the rule of 3 on overheads.
No, it was too late. You should have gone. You could have gone for the sword. You could have gone for Amorphous. You could have gone for anything. Instead, you got smoked by a counter hit Beyblade.
That's going to hurt. Oh, went for the command grab, though. Definitely going to get punished for that.
Yeah, had to go for the command grab because blood was going to pop very soon. So, was gated out of using any special moves.
Corner pressure again, but Osmosis super comfy in terms of blocking. That was very similar to the mix-up.
Mix-up.
Yeah, because the frog came out and It was almost like Mozz was expecting him to have flipped to the other side already, but Dust blocks that time, gets the sword, which means the Eddie bar is refilled, and good old...
I love the unsummon coming out from Osmosis, was waiting for a burst to come out, didn't want Eddie caught in the burst.
Oh, the Pierce trades actually on the approach coming in from Mozz. Counter hit, knocks down. Oh.
Uh-oh.
All right, so another game on the board here from Mozz. That's their first of this set, which means they've already improved their set score.
That is true. Okay, going right in this time is Osmosis.
That was a super late hit on the jump in as well.
Oh, no follow-up on the close slash. Oh, ready to check the dash this time. If that's something that Osmosis is going to be ready for now, Mozz is going to be having a really hard time, especially since they're still caught in the lower tiers of blood right now. Gold Burst comes out. Oppose smokes the Beyblade, clipped by the 5D.
That's toughy. But I mean, that's just playing Zato, right? Like playing against Zato. Like you can try it all you might, but as soon as that 80 bar comes back, it's a 2v1. Like you are in an unnumbered matchup. But I mean, you still have to be aware of the 5D, right? Like you can't just let it control your life the way it has been. Oh,
what a punish! Still has to burn the burst, but we kind of take those. Pierce comes out, clipped by the 5D. Osmosis should absolutely have the resources to get the kill here, and they do. 5H didn't even eat the bar that they had, but Sword or Amorphous were both available to close that one out. Oh. Jesus Christ, DP around start.
Oh, tried to get a pose, I believe, but beat out by the Beyblade. Through the wall we go. This is looking a little tough here for Osmosis this round. This might be a go next.
It's all the way in for the close slash.
With no Eddie help either. They literally just charged at him. So Pierce is going to beat out the Fukyo. Dust comes through, forces out the burst of Mozz.
Dorsey forward drift into a 5H. Just wants to try to keep Eddie off the board. One round apiece here. Who's going to be the first to claim a second game? Osmosis is going to get the burst back this round. It doesn't look like Mozz will get that opportunity.
No, and I mean, at this point, you kind of need it as Osmosis. It's just coming back now, and I feel like any solid counter hit, you're going to see it.
I like that timing for the YRC.
Oh.
The YRC comes out as soon as Osmosis is navigated to get a close slash for the party start.
All right, we got the knockdown. So much damage. It's mind-boggling how much damage comes through. But now they're getting a turn. Are we going to see the sword? Yep, there it comes.
I mean, you've got the bar. You might as well spend it.
I agree. Where's
blocking the low, keeps blocking. It's that fuzzy timing. Goes for the regular grab. At the end of the sequence, we're about to get Eddie back. Meaty drill. Now you've got Eddie.
Man grab comes through as well.
Don't spend the bar, I don't think.
Yeah, I think you hold on to that. Try and keep strings going. If you need to, use sword at the end because you're going to... do you use it here? No. Wow.
No, I think you could have if you YRC down the combo after would have. Oh, it's not going to matter ultimately. No! The leap actually messes everything up. We had the bar. Blue RC backdrift. We just want to control the ground game. Sword super. Oh, we're just going to play for chip now. There's going to be mad drills.
Yeah, but still a lot of tension. 5D?
I thought that we were just going to wreck a drills over and over again. I thought Zato was going to clap on him.
Potentially. I mean, there was still about 25 tension left when that sequence started, so I think maybe you could have survived it a little bit with at least a little bit of HP at the end. But, I mean, yeah, obviously Zato does a grip of chip damage, but, I mean, why bother when you can just hit 5 dust? Because it literally seems to be Mozz's kryptonite. He's been hit by 98% of them.
We are back to neutral and mid-screen. Osmosis has Eddie back on the board.
Oh
the
my
left,
God.
right, the tricky stuff with the JD. Sword super, we're going to reset the pressure.
Oh, he went underneath, but it didn't
He didn't
cross
go
up.
all the way. We're going to... Is that going to kill on the wall break? No, it's
Stay
not.
alive.
It's too scaled.
Rock Lobster, not a ton of damage. It's more of a tricky buff. But now, Blood Pop. Oh, it actually hits.
Yeah, you just need a block there. Yep, going for the oppose. Nothing else matters. You have such a life lead. All you need to do is get just enough. And yep, 2S into drill closes out the round.
Set point now here for Osmosis. looking for that run back against Kenny up in Grand Finals, and it's looking good. It's looking very good for Osmosis.
Oppose comes out just like that. I mean, the way that Osmosis is using Oppose, I can't help but feel like they're not getting as much out of the Eddie gauge as I would wish that they were. Wow, that 5D hit from so far away. Actually, so far away on the follow-up there that the 2H doesn't connect after the 2S.
I like it.
That. Fast fall into regular throw.
Yeah, the empty float, not pushing any buttons. They want the Beyblade that time. No punish on the Gold Burst, but it also means no tension gained by Mozz.
YRC comes out, who again, Mozz is doing such a good job of pulling out these defensive choices in spots where you are going to be able to take care of Eddie. Empty low into the Oppose follow-up. I don't think Amorphous kills, so we go for the sword so that we get Eddie off the wall break.
Yeah, Nago has one of the highest guts in the game, so as soon as you see that bar turn color, he's in for a party. But you have sword this time. This time, I think you go for the clap on him.
Now really actually wants to play for real pressure, dropping the sword again.
Just dust.
5D tap.
Just 5 dust him.
Yep, and Osmosis takes it over Mozz. Mozz home at third, and Osmosis earns the run back against Kenny in Grand Finals. It's going to be Zato versus Gold Lewis. Osmosis hitting you from the loser side. Kenny won that winner side set 3-1. Osmosis got that first game, and then it's like Kenny found the pocket on the screen to really start to press the issue with Behemoth Typhoon. And again, it's the same problem that we saw Keg in trying to navigate the Zato versus Gold Lewis matchup. You know, the drone came out, and it seemed like the answer to drone was they set up a pose.
Yeah.
But I think the problem is Kenny is so willing to go to the sky, and if you're burning your Eddie gauge on dealing with the ground, we have not seen anyone do anything to dissuade Kenny from like early JS into stuff.
Yeah. And I mean, even just JS into Behemoth Typhoon already buys you so much space on the screen. I am curious to see what Osmosis's game plan options change too, because they were definitely much more controlled in their Eddie usage than we saw Keg was. But I mean, Keg, again, a newer Zato player, might not have the same experience that Osmosis is bringing to the table. So I would have kind of expect them to be more aware of the bar there. But either way, we're heading into Game 1 of Grand Finals, which means, chat, you are in fact running out of time to use those Matcherino codes. Exclamation point Matcherino in the chat. Go ahead and claim those codes because it supports the players here tonight for free. And look at that, already empty jump low.
Oh, but the situation was a little bit strange there. It made it harder for Osmosis to try to get the combo after. We got the side switch coming out. YRC not quite punished, but you still have to deal with the on-block situation. That chip damage from Behemoth Typhoon, but that's what I wanted to see. The Oppose came out, and it made it harder for Kenny to approach in the air. We got the damage from the party starter.
And the underground cross up there coming through. Gonna get the wall break as well. And look at this pressure being applied. Do you have an anti-air? No. My good sir. 6P finally gonna come out. And then 5 dust. Raw 5 dust. Didn't have any type of coverage there. No Eddie, no Frog,
We had
nothing.
the PRC after. So it probably would have gone in. I mean, you would have gotten a combo on hit, or you would have gotten pressure on block into Eddie stuff. Oppose keeps the whiffed command grab safe.
Jump dust, try to get out of the corner. That drone punished? That's crazy. 6P keeps him in the corner. Oh.
Nice burst bait. We just go for the hard knockdown. Empty float into low.
5D into combo. Has the meter for the sword as well, but it's the drill that eats up the wall break.
Oh, I love that. Oh, no. I have to assume that 6K was an accident. There's no way you wanted 6K there.
Definitely trying to do a dash or something to get it 5K. But that one will be the round ender. And was that 2-0? Yeah,
that was a quick 2 rounds for Osmosis.
So a reminder that Osmosis is coming in from loser side, so they have to beat Kenny in 2 first to 3s in a row.
Burst comes out, and we're sending in the drone. Gold Burst nullifies the drone. That's the
I got a little nervous.
That's the same call that Osmosis made in Game 1 as well.
Oh my god, catches the backdash with the back fist. VRC. Interesting enough. Are we going to see the underground? Yeah. He actually got hit before the underground came out, but
Yeah.
the underground was enough to get that side swap. Using dust.
Yeah, I like that. JD just to bypass the drone altogether. It seems like Osmosis is engaging with drone a little bit differently and saving Eddie as a resource afterwards. Sword Super for the wall break. We're going to have Eddie, positive bonus, and Oki.
Goes for the frog instead of the Pierce. BRC?
I wonder whether, I imagine that was supposed to be a YRC at the time.
I agree.
Off. Backdash wanted for a whiff punish, didn't quite get it. Eddie is on the table. Regular grab, covered by a pose. Another round on the board for Osmosis.
No, score is correct, chat. It is 1-0 currently for Osmosis. So we are going to get the triple overhead attempt. Doesn't matter, you get hit by the fourth overhead in the terms of the 5 dust. Gets the sword super. So Oki plus meter plus Eddie means a wake up pierce option is what you got to deal with. 1, 2, 3 in the overheads.
It's like you had just said. You have to be worried about the overhead. Sword super for the wall break once again. We're going to get RC pretty quick after the wall break. 5D tap, not even going to need it. 5D into leap. That's a perfect and a second game on the board in quick fashion for Osmosis.
It's like Kenny forgot how to play. Kind of crazy.
Well, Osmosis has added elements to the game to maintain Eddie safer, play around the drone without needing to spend the resources, and is stalling that air approach from Kenny that's been giving so much trouble to so many people.
Yeah, we'll have to see now that it's back against the wall, what can Osmosis do? Because, I mean, that's been a problem for a lot of people that play against Kenny, is once they find themselves on the defensive side, they just lose all control. And so far, I mean, that's what we just saw there. Lots of Behemoth's Typhoons into eventually you're just forced to hold down back and FD into the regular throw. But, I mean, a huge counter hit sets up the drone. FD is burning away. Zero tension to be had.
Oh no, a little bit too early with that being the Typhoon, but it's fine. Oh, smoked by the low. The wall break will close out the game, answering back with a perfect game on the board for Kenny.
Was that also a double perfect? No,
it was not a double perfect. No, it was a...
just a 1, yeah. But still, that's crazy. That was such a change up from what we saw in those first 2 games. And it literally is like Kenny got the offensive side, and they don't let up. Like, when you're forced to block Gold Lewis, you're going to be blocking Behemoth Typhoons. Stomps on Eddie like the cockroach that he is. And now we're back to the P2 corner. Amorphous is going to break the wall. And Eddie bar's already full, so you don't really need the other.
Yeah.
So you take care of the Oki, sets up some drills and some pierces.
The main grab was a little bit early. 5D tick connects. We had the bar behind it. Drunkard Shade for the knockdown. Drill for the meaty.
Oh, nice.
No, you don't get to jump out of the corner, my guy. And we just barely got the meter for Amorphous.
He used it with the recall. He used the unsummon and it gave him the tension required to go for the Amorphous. That's crazy. Oh my god.
Actually smoked.
Look at the damage on that too. Does it matter though? That's what we're waiting to see because there's not a lot of HP left, but you're forced to block.
Osmosis can actually make this happen. Nice throw tech. 5P, mash, playing for chip. You're going to have to respect so much of this. Drill, baby, drill.
And look at the tension. Yeah, eventually you run out of meter and you're forced to die. And so now this is reset point now for Osmosis. If they win here, they reset the bracket, and we go into our second first to 3 in grand finals. But oh my god, look at the damage. Sets up the drone. Behemoth Typhoon. It is windy out there in wherever they are.
In hell. They're in hell.
All right, I'm certainly in hell watching this health bar just bleed away.
Jesus. And all of this on block. It's like you said earlier. At a certain point, once Kenny starts running the game, hit versus block, it's a technicality. Kenny doesn't really care. You're paying some sort of resource to continue to play.
Like, you keep talking about how you love playing a one-player game, Brad. Honestly, drop Zato for Gold Lewis.
I will never. I do not enjoy this character. Oos, I don't imagine Osmosis enjoys being on the receiving end of that ass whooping. 2 games to 2?
Actually, you play leverless too, so you can't.
No, there's no way I want to do those Gold Lewis motions. Absolutely not. Shout outs to leverless controllers. If you're a grappler playing on a leverless controller,
more power to you.
Like, you're built different.
Oh, man. Back throw puts Osmosis.
It's fine. We're going to go for the other cross-up, which no one is ever ready for. Drone comes out.
I was going to say, that's been a true combo for Kenny since I started watching him play.
Okay, this is a tournament point for Kenny. Is this about to be a reverse 3-0?
It's looking like it, but we'll have to see now that, I was going to say, now that Osmosis has control of the corner, but we're going to catch the 6P, tries to put him back in the wall. Does it again.
Bringing out the drone, the extra overhead comes out, but Osmosis wasn't ready to follow up, and Kenny's got that corner position that they like so much. Drone comes out. Blue RC, I thought that was going to be a punish, but the back throw comes up from Osmosis, but the 2P mash! It always comes down to the 2P mash! What a reverse 3-0 from Kenny.
I got nothing. I got no words. I got no words.
The words I got are congratulations. Big ups to Osmosis with the second place finish. Close but no cigar. Kenny just changed up the ground game, right? Like, here's the thing, right? The beginning of that set, what Osmosis was doing really well was that Osmosis was finding different ways to play around drone.
Yep.
Because that's how Kenny was, trying to force the issue in neutral. Kenny stopped using drone mid-screen altogether and just said, all right, I'm going to use drone for meaty pressure and to obfuscate which Behemoth Typhoon I'm using when I'm pressuring you. And instead, I'm going to play a buttons-focused normal game on the ground.
Kenny decided to just win neutral. That's really what that was.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm tired of putting up my drone and hoping that you run into it. I'm just going to force you into holding this drone.
Yeah. And the defensive decision-making that was coming out from Kenny was also better. I think that was the story of, like, Mozz was also good at this. It's just like Mozz lost out on neutral too many times. Yeah. But Kenny and Mozz both were pretty good about making sure that they were bursting and YRCing in spots to make sure that they sniped Eddie and removed him from the equation.
Yeah, and when you remove Eddie from the equation, whether by YRC, you hit him in the face, or you burst him out, it is a little tough for Zato to keep pressure up. He can still do it, obviously. His buttons aren't the end of the world. But, I mean, Eddie just applies so much safety to the whole game plan. So, congratulations to Kenny for closing that out in a reverse 3-0 fashion. They take a 3-2 over everybody else. And if you guys have supported the match, Reno, we want to thank you so much because that 100% goes to the players. And it's free money. There's no reason not to just click claim code, and you love to see it. Shout out to all the players in our tournament here today. Obviously, Kenny in first, Osmosis second place, Mozz down in third. And then we also have...
It was Levity in fourth.
Levity in fourth. I don't have the bracket up anymore.
I think it was Echoes and... Oh, there we are. Hypnotik and... I'm sorry. It was Keg and Hypnotik at fifth and Echoes and Starpuff at seventh, rounding out our top 8.
So, congrats to all the players who came out here today. There's still more action coming up, though.